What's going on, Internet? The Black Okage here, aka TBH. And to be honest, I'd like to welcome everybody back to the Game and Illuminaughty podcast. We are the Enlightened Gamers, and you're now tuned in to episode 202. If you're watching the video version of the show at youtube.com/GI updates, know the show is available on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, and all other major podcast platforms. If you're watching on Apple or Spotify, please rate the show 5 stars. And if you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button and then hit the hype button, because when you hit that hype button, the show will appear on YouTube's new hype charts, which helps bring in new viewers for the world's best weekly gaming podcast. Also, social media is your thing. We drop content over there. We're available on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, Discord, and Facebook. Our handles over there mostly is at GI Updates, with the exception being Facebook. Facebook.com/GI Podcast is the thing. Links to all our social media platforms will be in the description box below at youtube.com/GI Updates. Now, with all the promo out of the way, allow me to introduce you to my co-hosts. The first of which is everyone's favorite game dev who loves to play games while recording episodes. Ethos, say what up to the people.
Hey, everybody. Actually, I'm going to be developing today during the podcast.
So then they're going to leave a comment and say, well, when are we going to see the game, Ethos?
I mean, if you're on my Twitter, you can. I mean, on my Instagram, you can see it. It's been on.
Hey, remember TBA tried to blow up the spot there one time.
Yeah. I was like, yo, stop. No, I've been showing some really completed stuff. So one person played it, and I got more people playing it. And I'm TBH. I'm going to have TBH do some voice acting for it.
Nice.
Yeah. Watts too. I need Watts and I need JG.
Oh, I'm so down, dude.
I'm so down.
I never said this, but maybe I need to start saying this, find a way to weave this into the intro, because I mean, some people would probably be interested in what you were talking about with the game. Links to all the hosts are in the description box below, not just the audio version. If you want to follow all of us, all our social medias are in the links in the description box below at youtube.com/GI updates to keep up with us when we're not podding. And my second co-host, she went to war on Twitter over GTA 6 this week and decided to delete all the tweets because she realized it's no reaching these crazy people. Miss 5,000 watts, say what up to the people.
Hello. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that again. There was one. We'll get into the conversation deeper about GTA, but one person took a screenshot of me saying that I was excited for an anime coming to Netflix, and they were like, haha, gotcha. You have Netflix. And I was like,
Oh.
You got me.
Showed you. That is, you've activated my trap card. And last but not least is the man who looks like he hates everything if you follow him on Twitter, but we know he's just trying to get his impressions up. UTX, tweet and delete the Don. Say what up to the people.
Yeah, there is a method to the madness, people. There is a method to the madness. I like a lot of things. I'm a pretty happy person. But what I don't like, though, regarding what y'all trying to get on Watts about, and rightfully so that she delete the tweet. I'm not playing about y'all trying to disrespect my co-host here. All right. So y'all can say whatever to me. I don't care. Loving the hate. Oh no! So I seen the people trying to get this.
It was really that bad.
I was like, nah. It was a couple of people talking greasy. It was a couple people talking greasy, including the guy who got mad at me and you, TBH, for the NBA 2K
the GI
stuff.
Stalker.
Yeah, he started. Yeah, he came back. He came back. I'm like, bro, this is ridiculous.
Just in case
please.
that person that you're talking about sees this, I swear I'm not trying to be funny, and maybe you can show me later. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Dude.
I do.
It's crazy.
You gotta understand. Band World, for people who watch Bleed, is like our Waco Mundo. There's just so many people who are in Band World. I'd lost track of
the only one I remember from Band World was Big Moist, and that's because he made like 100. He deserved to be remembered. He made like 100. He was dedicated, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Once I killed you, you did.
Yeah, real quick. Shout out to Rail Brody on Twitter. It's funny because I've known him for a while. He's from the town, and he randomly tweeted me. He was like, I've listened to GI for a long time, and I never knew that you were from St. Louis. So he was like, shout out to you. Like, that's cool. I was like, man, better late than never, man. Like, I don't know what to do at this point. Like, I say I'm from St. Louis all the time. Like,
it's okay, JJ. I
to be fair, you did say
know I was from Detroit.
You said it a lot. Both of you did. You said it a lot more when we first started, but it's kind of at a point like, what's the point? And then also, you're like 10 years removed from it, aren't you? You've been in Florida for a while. You're a Florida boy now.
Now you're UTXJG, the Florida man.
I'm the same with it. Some people call me LA boy now.
I denounce that. Never in a million years.
Never.
Yeah, you already know, bro. I'm loyal to the soil. Born and raised in St. Louis, just in case you didn't know, okay? You talk about DC all the time. You gonna be excited when this NBA season comes, so I ain't trying to hear from you either.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. It is what it is, man. All right, well, Let's get into the show. That's enough of the banter. We got a lot of games to talk about before we get into the news, and I want to lead with what I think we all got to play before we got to split off and talk about some different things.
I think Eto's the only one.
Because he doesn't play no games. When I said all,
no. I played the game. I played a game this week.
He did play. He played Crimson Moon.
Okay. We'll get to you.
I played 2 games this week.
Okay. Oh, you played the Gears beta too, right?
No, I watched JG slander me on Gears.
Oh, is that what you saying? Ethos in the clip? I thought you were playing with him.
No, he came into the chat. He came into the chat and said, "I watched. We gonna talk about it."
Something like that. I never get clipped like JG. By
the way I interpreted that clip, I thought you two were playing together and you weren't doing shit, and JG was carrying the team. And he was like, "Come on, Ethos, help with the objective. Come on."
Because not only did JG post that on his YouTube, he posted on TikTok. I had people messaging me about this. I want the record to be clear. I was not in that clip. JG did not clip me. I was not shot by JG. JG did not shotgun me. I am not bad at Gears. It's been forever, but I am not. I would never get clipped up like that. So no, I was not in that clip.
Hey,
he was saying because I was in his chat. And I said 1 month. And I just made the 1 month joke. And then JJ asked, is it back? And then he did that literally like a minute after I asked
I had the show up. I had the show up. Still got it.
So
we gonna bring it back. We might do a GI tournament, but I will say we definitely got to see the Nomad Killer rematch again.
Absolutely. We got to make that into some content. Pay-per-view right there.
Pay-per-view coming back.
Cool. First game we're talking about is Beast of Reincarnation. And according to the official store page, Beast of Reincarnation is an action RPG with a fusion of real-time and turn-based combat. Experience the innovative one-person, one-dog action RPG in the beautiful yet harsh world of Beast of Reincarnation. What awaits at the end of Emma and Koo's journey? Emma's the girl, Koo's the dog. Kind of like what it said in the description. It's made by Game Freak, but just for clarification for those unaware, this was made by a small team within Game Freak. It didn't have the full kind of team behind it. It was just a small team from within them that got to experiment and make this action adventure game. I know this is one that a lot of us, I think all of us, were pretty excited about because we were kind of excited to see not only just the gameplay, but like what Game Freak could do outside of Pokemon. It's here. In terms of critical reception, it's had mixed reviews, some overly positive ones, some overly negative ones. And I'm here to get everybody's take. I have my thoughts, but I think out of all of us, I think, Watts, you were the most excited one. So I want to hear your thoughts first. Give us the good, bad, and the ugly on Beast of Reincarnation.
Yeah. So I'm at like 15 and a half hours. So I'm pretty deep at this point. Depending on how long it takes you, that's like maybe getting towards the latter half of the game. The game it's set in Japan 4026. There's a corruption called the Blight that's happening, that's taking over nature. It's turning animals and plants into monsters. And you basically are someone who's supposed to get rid of these monsters and absorb them into yourself, which slowly kills you. Your dog, Koo, is technically one of these monsters, so you should be enemies, but they end up forming a bond. The rest of that will probably be spoilers if we go any further, but that's the general setup of the world of the game. So I'm going to start with what I like. So I was really excited about this game because it's super parry based, and it's the parry like Sekiro parry. Because if you think of there's games do parries differently. There's games that do like rhythm parrying where you're ching ching ching, and then there's others that you're doing a wide swing, kind of like Dark Souls, where that top of the animation of that swing of the shield is going to be the parry. This is more on the Sekiro side, the more rhythm kind of side of parrying. So I was really excited about that. I was excited about the setting. I was excited about the kind of very light turn-based elements where it kind of pauses the game and you pick a move to do. And so far, right at the beginning, I was really enjoying combat. I was like, the verticality exploration, I think, is really fun because Emma can like grow her hair and go really high. And then you can do death from above attacks on enemies. You can do a parrying, of course, but then you can also sprout out like trees and flowers and stuff and jump to those and do more aerial combat. So I was into the combat right away. But it's definitely like if you are not into parrying and growing trees out of your face, you might not be super excited about the combat right away, because this is a game that is a slow burn across the board. So for combat, right on those early days of playing, I was like, I'm having a good time, but I wasn't going to bed super excited to play the game the next day. But the more that I've played, the more I've been excited to play more. So now I have a ton of different swords that do different things and have different effects on them. I have a ton of different abilities that are really, really, really cool. And Ku has a bunch of abilities that he can use either with me manually using them or him automatically doing them. So now I'm making like poison builds, or I'm making a fire build, or I'm making a electrical build. And the amount of moves that I have now, I'm like super stoked to keep playing. Also, the areas further in the game, I think really show off that vertical exploration more. And they kind of just let you go anywhere. There's a couple spots that they're like, okay, you're getting a little crazy. We can't let you go to space. But for the vast majority of your exploration, you can kind of go everywhere. And there normally will be something there. The story is also a slow burn. So the story, I would say, I don't think it's ever going to be good. And I don't think the characters are ever going to be good characters. They're very kind of monotone. The story with Emma is that she kind of doesn't remember anything and she doesn't know human emotions. And, any character that has that kind of vibe to them, they're probably not going to be the most endearing character. I think Ku is actually the most endearing character of all of them. English is awful. If you're planning on playing this game in English, don't do it. Because Brad, one of the characters in the game, straight up sounds like ChatGPT. I don't know if he is. Like I've seen someone say that they are a voice actor for one of the girls in the game, and she is a person, but he sounds straight up like the worst AI that you could find. So yeah, the story in general, I don't think is going to be very good, but I'm now at the point, I'm in like chapter 4, maybe like halfway through chapter 4. And the story is there's now mysteries that I'm curious about. They're hinting towards stuff going on with Emma. They're hinting towards other things. And now I'm curious about what's happening. And the combat and the bosses have been a lot better as well. So overall, I would say that I am having a really good time with this game now. But it's one of those games that in a world where damn near every game coming out is at least an 8 out of 10, and you can comfortably say across the board whether that it is a good game, this is one of those games that I can't really do that with. So I would say that if you are someone who really likes parrying and you're super into third-person action RPGs, you love the setting, you don't really care about a super heartfelt story and insanely written, beautiful characters, there's probably a lot of fun for you to have here. But if that kind of stuff is going to really bother you, then you're probably not going to have a good time with it. The good news is that they are dedicated to updating the game. They actually already did a patch that works on some story beat stuff. They work on the camera and how the camera works. So they are dedicated to working on it. I don't think they'll be able to make it a perfect game because some of the stuff is pretty deep into what the game is and they would need to change a lot. But I think that there's stuff that they could do to make the game overall an easier game to just straight up recommend. So yeah, I would say if you have listened to what I like, then you agree with the things that I like, you'll probably have a good time with it. But it's one of those games that it's like it's good, but it's not great. And there's a lot of people that are not going to like it because of where it falls short.
I'm so glad you said all that because I'm gonna go ahead and take the opposite end of the spectrum. Chat, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I'm 4 hours in. I'm being 100% honest. I'm 4 hours into the game and I have not touched it since. I don't know if I'm coming back because I'm not gonna lie, I've been heavy on Marvel Token and Avatar, especially Avatar. This game, I had high hopes for it, but I just don't find it interesting at all. It feels like Sekiro with training wheels on. Like there was one point in the game where I beat 3 bosses in a row on the first try, and I said, "All right, come on, man." I was like, I put it on hard. It still felt the same, and I was just like, eh. And then on top of that, the story's not interesting at all. It is contextual, kind of like what you said, where they do explain that she's a girl that was raised by clankers, so she doesn't know human emotion. But I find that a mighty just coincidence that, there's no emotion in the game and that happens to be the story. To me, it kind of feels like they were halfway. Convenient, yeah. It feels like they were halfway through the story of the game and they were like, wait a minute, we got to give this character a character. We got to explain why they are the way that they are. They was like, man, let's just throw some random bullshit in there. I was just like, oh man, and the cutscenes are too long for a character that has no emotion. The world is interesting in terms of the art direction. I will say the lack of enemy variety does it get better later in the game?
So where I'm at, I am meeting some new enemy types now, and they needed to do that way earlier because I'm 15 hours
Yeah, you
in.
lost me. I'm out.
So, yeah, I think in general they need more variety. Period. But they needed to introduce the variety that they do have earlier.
All I fought is grass moose, grass deer, and grass. Oh, and clankers and regular skinny clankers. That's about it. You know what really made me kind of like roll my eyes too? I think it was either the second or third boss fight. There was a second phase in it. It's the first boss where there's a second phase, and he powers up. And then the attack pattern was the exact same. And I said, I was like, oof. I was like, I don't know about this, man. And that parry window is so easy. So like, because like my thing is nobody plays Souls games, even though it's in the Souls game. Nobody plays Souls games for the story. But if the combat is satisfying and I get a high off of winning that fight, then I'll be like, all right, I can power through it. But I'm not getting that high from it. And I just remember sitting there playing on stream and thinking, yeah, I'd rather be playing one of the fighting games and getting better at that because everybody's labbing at that stuff. But yeah, for me, I'm not saying I'm bowing out, but I do got one foot out. I don't know if y'all can rag on me if I uninstall this shit. I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
No, I think that's fair. There's so many games that are coming out, and the game is not an overall good game, I would say. I think as well, they didn't maybe want to make the game super hard, but in the email that they sent to me, they're like, the game's pretty challenging, so make sure you pick the right reviewer. But the people that they invited to the early look at this game were like Pokemon kind of creators, like Kingdom Hearts, like that kind of side. So they weren't really getting in people who are like Sekiro fans or Liza P fans or people on that side. So I don't know. Maybe the game was challenging and I've heard it was challenging for that group of people, but it's not going to be challenging for maybe the core audience that they should have been.
If you beat Radon before the patch, you can play this game. When I say this shit was easy, I wasn't even sitting up. I was leaning in my chair beating these bosses on the first try. I was like, yeah, I don't know about this. I wouldn't say it's a bad game, to be fair. I would say if there's a level of interest, right now, like where I'm at, it feels like a 6 out of 10. Like if there's a level of interest, I would say wait till the price drops, but I can't definitively be like, yeah, this is one of those ones where you need to play it when there's other games that I'm like excited about. I'm just kind of like, about it. How you feel, Jay?
Yeah, I've said a lot. I have hopes, a little bit of hope, which is still slim at this point, that the story will get a little better. Emma,
it does get better. If it gets good, I don't know, but it gets better.
Well, hold on.
Emma reminds.
It took 10 hours for Crimson Desert story to get good. You said you 15 hours in. I dropped Crimson Desert for the same thing. So I'm like, does it take 10 hours? Like, oh no.
No, it didn't take 10 hours. I think it, like when I got into kind of, I don't know when it was, the end of chapter 2 maybe, or the mid chapter 2. There was something that they started like hinting towards something deeper going on. And I was like, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. Emma reminds me a lot like Aloy, like how we kind of described her. But Aloy, even still, she said more things than Emma. Like I don't like, but I'm playing the game with Japanese sub, right? So I'm listening and I'm like, why is there like weird pauses between like when Emma starts to speak? I'm like, can you get it out, lady? Like, please, please say what you need to say. So like, I understand the premise of this. I understand that like she's being discriminated against because it was funny when you go into the town, like a little bit spoiled, but they start calling her certain words. And I'm like, oh, y'all being racist. Yeah, the clankers are being racist towards it, and the other humans are being racist towards. I'm like, this is crazy. So that made me laugh a little. That made me giggle to like find out why they're being racist towards her. But outside of that, like the story is just non-eventful. Like this is going to be more on like Neo to me. Obviously T-Bags, you played through that, but we had the same sentiment at the end of the day when about the story. This game is just going to be mid. It's just going to be one of those mid titles, and that's okay because I've already said from the beginning the combat, at least for me, is pushing me through. And that's obviously the strongest point of the game. The traversal is also like the environment. I do like the environment, but I have the same complaints that you all do. The enemy variety is just literally not there. You are fighting the same types of characters, and then like I'm on the second zone now, so like now I'm getting introduced to a slightly different clinker. So it was pretty funny. But I just don't really see that evolving. And like you said, Watts, they should have introduced enemy variety way earlier because like all of the complaints I'm seeing reviewers say are stuff that I'm running into. So I'm like, yeah, that's pretty valid there. But I do like the boss fights. I will say that. I think that those are pretty unique. But like TBH said, I literally just beat that boss, the same boss, where I was like, "Oh, we got a second phase here. What are you gonna do now?" And you did the same thing. I'm like, "Okay, man. Like, please, can we like switch it up a little bit?" Like, I saw a couple of different things that he did, but outside of that, I was like, "Oh, it's the same thing. Okay, I got this in the bag." But I do like the game. Like I said, I think the game looked pretty okay. It's not like the best graphics. I saw people complain about that, saying that it isn't the best looking thing, but it's fine. Like, I'm not expecting it to be trying to like push the needle or anything. Like, I think that's okay. I have this game on Game Pass.
It is on Game Pass.
Xbox needs some money, so I'm going to advertise this. Xbox is broke right now, so I'm going to help them in any way that I can. I'd rather spend some money on the brokies than Sony right now. That's how I'm feeling. So it is on Game Pass. If you do want to try it out, if you still do hate Game Pass and you're on the fence about it, and there's absolutely nothing else that you are interested in at the moment, I would say give it a try. I'm going to play through it as much as I can until the next thing comes out. I don't blame TBH for how he feels wanting to drop it. August alone, and that's plenty of a reason to be like, hey, I'm going to move on for this and play something that I know is going to be better, or that I'm hoping is going to be better. So that's fine. But I am sensing a trend with you, TBH. You're not anything that's somewhat mid to you. You like, no, I'm not messing with it at all. This is the same thing with Wu-Chang, man, because you say Wu-Chang is mid, and you got to that party, you like, nah, I'm putting this down, bro. So I'm sensing the trend with you, buddy.
Listen. I think I speak for as my birthday was yesterday. For those unaware, as a
happy birthday.
We did do the happy birthday song. Ready?
As a 36-year-old man now, I have to speak for the gamers who want their time to be respected, and I just don't know anybody who worked a hard 9 to 5 who wants to come home and play some fucking mid, unless they get it for like dirt cheap. And it's our job to play. I think I would be more inclined to power through this if there was nothing to play. There's just too much to play. And I'm going to be honest. These two fighting games that are out right now, at least with Avatar, there's a lot of depth to it, to where like it's scratching an itch for me. Like, before we started recording, I've been playing soccer and I've gotten really fucking good with them. Like, I went on like a 20 game tear online, and I was like, all right, I'm going to switch it up. I just picked up Zaire, and like it's like scratching an itch in my brain, because he has like the ability to fly. So like you can knock people up, then hit his fly ability, and then you can combo into that shit. Like, that shit is fucking fire. I just need them to add a goddamn rank mode. I'm starting to lean towards that shit is better than Marvel Token. But anyways,
I get it. You're locked into the FGCs right now, and that's fine for you until the next big thing comes out that you want to play.
Yeah, which is probably
going to be Mortal Shell at this point. It's going to be Mortal Shell for you.
Mortal Shell or Plague's Tale.
Plague Tale, but that's coming out after. I think Mortal Shell comes out before Plague Tale.
Yeah, Plague Tale is like right at the end.
Yeah, it's the end of August. So Mortal Shell gonna be next for you. So I get it. And again, to the people listening, it's not a bad game by any means. I do like for you saying that you want to scratch your itch, TBH. The parrying for me, like, now that I actually got to experience it, whether easy or not, because I'm playing on hard mode as well. Because once I saw people saying it's too easy, I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to crank up the difficulty. So I was getting 2 and 3 shot at the very beginning, but now it's a little bit easier, because now I got some buffs and stuff. So it's definitely a little bit easier. It's not a challenging game for the typical Souls person by any means. But I, like I said, I do love the combat. I love the combat a lot, and I'm excited to continue to grow that skill tree and start getting more things, because I did see a couple of cool things that have been unfortunately spoiled to me when I popped into a couple of people's chats. But I like 4.5 hours in. I'm going to continue to play it until at least Mortal Shell 2 comes out, because now Marvel Tokon, we're going to talk about that at the end of this. But yeah, it's not looking like I'm going to purchase that PC version because of what it's looking like right now. I might wait and see on that one. So again, it's fine. It's a mid game, y'all. It didn't get above an 80 on the Metacritic. If you care about that stuff, it's at a 75 right now. I know it's at the 75 right now. So take that as you will. So it's a nice 7 out of 10. Okay, but that does not make it a terrible game. I have played some incredibly mid action RPG games, some incredibly mid Souls games, and I still had a good time. That still scratches my itch until the next Souls-like or somewhat Souls-like game comes. I'm good on that, so I will continue playing it. I'm glad you
brought that up, because that's where I'm at. Is like, I just love that kind of game so much that I would rather be playing this game than like any other game that's out right now. And then Mortal Shell is going to be out, and I think that game's going to be phenomenal. But yeah, it's one of those games where, and I think TBH, I'm glad you brought up as well, that like people who are going to work, coming home, they probably don't have time to play these games that are kind of okay anymore, because every game coming out is at least an 8 out of 10. There's so many, like every game this
Great
year,
time to be a gamer from a creative standpoint.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, and also to be fair to the game, one of the criticisms even on this podcast, but a lot of people have had, is like the game is too easy. Keep in mind that is like that person's perspective. That doesn't necessarily mean it won't be, you know, a good challenge for you. Because to be fair, when I was streaming it, there was multiple bosses that I beat on stream, and like people would type in the chat like, God damn, how did you beat that in one try? That took me several tries. That took me 30 minutes. So it's like, sometimes you also got to remember, like, that's coming from our perspective. If you're not like if you are a Souls vet, it's probably going to be easy to you. But if you're not, if you're just someone who just plays, you know, multiplayer games and like an action game here and there, there might be a certain level of, and maybe that's why Game Freak felt like comfortable saying that, because for most people that it probably might be a certain level of difficulty. So
it's also, you know, everyone's view of what challenging is also different. Like someone could think that dying to a boss one time or taking 2 times to kill a boss is challenging. Me, if I'm not on it for 5 hours, it's not challenging at all. So it's like there's different perspectives on what someone thinks a challenge is versus what frustration is. And then also just difficulty is super subjective. So
yeah, we've seen plenty of times that people like don't want to play Elden Ring, they don't want to play Sekiro, they don't want to play any FromSoft game because they're like, why do you all play this? Again, I was like that, you know, years ago. I was like, why do y'all like this game looks super challenging? Why the hell are y'all going through that? But then once you play it and you start getting better, get good, then you're like, oh, I understand. So there are still those people who like ask those questions in the chat, like, oh, how difficult is this game? Should I hop into it? I think that if you're not a Souls vet, if you are still kind of afraid of those games, but you want something that's similar to it, I think this would be a good entry point. I don't think that this is too challenging, especially because it has difficulties, unlike the FromSoft games, which typically don't have difficulties. You just got to get in there and deal with it. So you at least have that on your side as well. So I don't think that this will be, you know, super difficult for anyone who's like, you know, not the best gamer or feel like they're not the best at these type of games to hop into.
Yeah, one of the reasons too I brought up the difficulty thing being subjective as well, because kind of going back to the Marvel token, we was hosting lobbies all last week, and I don't think there was anybody in the community that beat me. Y'all talk a lot of shit in the comments in these streams, and I was bored. I think I went on a 15-game win streak in one lobby. I was like, y'all are for all these everybody's an FGC pro, so I was like, don't worry about difficulty when it comes to these Game Freak games. It might be hard for y'all, but it wasn't for me.
Did you say you ran into Chris G and he knocked your scalp back?
And did I not cloud him up? Hey, shout out to Chris G. No, that's facts. That's facts. Hey, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I had to put that shit. You ever got your shit knocked back so bad? Like, you was just like, wow. Like, that shit is it's levels to this shit, bro. Really I had to respect that shit. I went to his chat and typed GGs. I was like, good job, bro. I was like, you made me I could not rage. I was like, he put me in an infinite combo on stream, and the chat was like, yo, I think you playing Chris G. I was like, yeah, I could tell this is it was in a gold lobby.
OPC.
Yeah, it was in a gold lobby.
Right there,
I was like,
boy.
damn.
Now that's a Marvel vet right there, boy. He know how to play this.
I said, I was honored to give. I was like, I respect it, bro. You could just tell when a motherfucker different on them fighting games. I was like, I respect it. But the rest of y'all that be talking shit, I was like, I don't know, man. I ain't really seen nothing too spectacular.
Don't worry. Whenever they fix that PC version, I'm gonna learn how to do more than 2 hits, and I'm gonna come after you.
Okay. I'm on the PC version, by the way.
I know, but you got it. You didn't have to pay for it, so.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yes, I'm not paying for it if it's broken. Hell no.
All right, bet. Let's talk about a game that neither Watts or Ethos, I think, paid for. Crimson Moon. It is another Souls-like co-op game. According to the official Steam page, you are a Nephilim, a human-angel hybrid forged to defend humanity with supernatural powers, fight solo or with a friend to annihilate demons, and challenge brutal bosses in the relentless melee combat. Rise, Violent One. The prophecy is yours to fulfill. Ethos, you've been quiet, so we need the good, bad, and ugly on this Crimson Moon. What was it like?
Yeah, so this is a sequel to Crimson Desert.
All right, buddy.
It's just a very completely different game. It's made by developer Probably Monsters. I don't know. They've released some other projects before in the past, but I have never played them.
This is a pretty small team too, because Probably Monsters is like a bunch of things, and then they have like little teams doing a bunch of different things. So this is this team's first game, and I don't know how big they are, but I just know that they're pretty small.
Yeah, at least from what I've seen, I saw some like behind the scenes stuff where they were discussing stuff. I was like, oh, they're probably like remote studio or something like that. I was like, oh, this is cool. Yeah, so I got, what was it, like 2 hours with Watts, 2 or 3? About give or take from a preview event. It was done through Parsec. I actually came back to YouTube and did a video for it, so you can check it out there. You don't see that every day. But yeah, I did a video where I basically went over it. I'm not gonna lie, first impression, I hated this. I think the first time I was playing, the first hour, I was about to like leave the event and be like, I'm not even about to waste my time on this. But I stuck with it. The first time I died, the first run, I was just like, it was just, the vibes were not good. I was dealing with a lot of things. Like obviously, like you're learning a lot of mechanics all at once. There's a little bit of a tutorial, but you're kind of in a way you're playing effectively I don't want to call this like a Super Souls game, but you are playing like an action RPG. I kind of describe it similar to like Diablo, because you're mixing this in with like a looter mechanic where you are also doing a roguelite where you're effectively you have this character and you're going out to try to do this run, and the whole run's goal is that you can reach the end of it so you can fight and kill a boss. And then when you kill this boss, then I'm assuming then you unlock and go to the next area that you can keep going to, or you could keep going back to the same area over and over again in order to like build up on certain things. So effectively every time you die, you reset, unlike any like Souls game, which is why I wouldn't equate it to being like a straight up Souls game. Like the combat feels kind of Soulsy, but it's not really like a progression wise a Souls game. It's more like a roguelike. So you will die, and that was the first time. The first time, like it will feel like very overwhelming to try to like get far. But then by the second and third time, things started to really shape up, and I started to really actually enjoy myself. I actually felt the power increase even in this demo where got into phase 2, I kind of understood where I was going at that point. I wasn't walking around aimlessly trying to figure out where to go. So I was moving a little bit faster. And then the third time, I was like, I'm going to try to get one more run in before this ends. And by that point, like I was zooming. Like I was just like, I kind of got the hang of everything, and I was able to get to the boss on the third run. But I ran out of time before I could beat him, and I ran out of a bunch of resources. But the cool thing is that you're kind of building your character. And even though you die and you do lose all your stuff, there is mechanics. Like there's the base, and in that base, you can kind of like craft weapons and different pieces of equipment that you can kind of carry into your future runs. So there's build crafting too. I could see a lot of people like I could see Monster Hunter, trying to think of like Destiny, a little bit Destiny fans. I think there's something here for those type of fans who like, I want to build a custom build, and I want to have all the things trigger and go boom, 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 and do some really cool synergy. I think if you're that type of gamer, you'll really like this type of game. If you're looking for more of a Souls game, I don't know if necessarily this is going to be that for you. It does have co-op, and I think it's the coolest thing. I didn't get a chance to play it, unfortunately. I wanted to play it because I feel like this game would have been really fun to play with like one other player. But unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to play it. Graphically, I misspoke during my video. I kept thinking of the game, but I kept calling World of Warcraft for some reason. My brain was not working. But I was going to say, some other people made the comparison. It reminds me of Darksiders a little bit. Visually,
yeah, I can see that.
Style. It's a little exaggerated, a little bulky.
I can see Darksiders 1 and 2.
Yeah. A little bit of that Darksider feel of it. The combat feels pretty smooth. For the most part, there is a little bit of jank. I will say there is some little noticeable jank. You will feel a little bit. Some of my only complaints really came down to his camera. There were sometimes with the camera, especially with some of the boss, I was just like, bruh. And then there was the other con was there was some NPCs. I think there's like some balancing still needed. There's a certain like mini boss NPC that's like a brute in this game. And I don't know if it's just because I was just playing a weaker version, and by the time I have like a fully build, it'd probably be easy to kill. But at least in the early parts of the game, like he kind of hits like a truck, has very strong magnetism. And sometimes like you'll feel like the issue that this game has that I feel like Souls games get really well is like poise. I think a lot of times like when you play these types of games, you can kind of tell a developer who like really understands that game design compared to those who are kind of like fresh on and discovering it in real time as they're developing the game. And I feel like with this team, they're kind of discovering it in real time, because they have a similar like resolve type of thing, similar to Sekiro, where if you smack the person, you increase this bar, and if you get them most, then you'll break them. But what poise is, for people who don't know, for poise is effectively like when you swing on somebody, the like hit reaction they have. So like if you hit somebody and you keep hitting them with your sword, you can like hit stun them. So it's hard for them to like counter swing on you. So the way that like FromSoft games and other games try to like mitigate this is sometimes they'll give bosses like what's called like hyper armor, or certain more bulkier bosses will be able to take more hits and it won't cancel their attack animation. So they could be getting hit by you, but they're just going to ignore the damage you're doing to them and they're going to swing back on you and do a lot of damage. Some people like that. Some people don't like that mechanic because they feel like, they're invested in trying to beat something and they can't because this guy's just ignoring all the damage being done to them. And they're still like slamming and hitting the player. So it can feel like it feels bad. In this game, there's like one mini boss in here that I feel like kind of feels kind of bad. I wouldn't say it's
I know
cheating,
which one it is.
but yeah, it's the big broadsword guy. That's the one guy that just every time I saw him, I was just like, oh, I do not want to fight this guy. And there's like these big guys too with hammers, but at least they're slow enough that you can parry. Also, to what Watts said, this is a game that has parry, but it does not have doesn't feel like Sekiro parry to me.
This is, I call it top of the animation parry with your shield because it doesn't happen when you first hit. It's like at the top of it. It's the top of the animation.
So I didn't like it. I said in my video, I was like, I honestly, the whole time, I just kept the shield up. It was easier for me to just keep the shield up the entire time and just take the small mitigation and then just counterattack them than like trying to parry. There was like some of the slower, bigger, bulkier bosses where like, you could probably take time and do the parry. But I don't know. This could just be a thing where it's like, well, I only had 2 hours. I'm pretty sure 8, 9, 10 hours in the game. My experience got a lot better. So it's easier for me to calculate it. But the parry in this game, I wouldn't say it's necessarily bad. It kind of feels like how Lies of Peace felt before they changed it a little bit. It kind of feels like that first iteration of it. So yeah, I say there's a parry in it, but I put that with very strong quotation marks. You can parry, and if you're good at it, you're good at it. But don't go into it thinking like Beast, like it's going to be like a Beast of Reincarnation, like hardcore Sekiro parry, unless there's a weapon in there that I just haven't seen. And then for the loot, I didn't get to see a full breadth of all the loot in all full build because I was starting at literally 0. But I will say by the third one, I did actually have a little bit of synergy. I started to build this sort of rage ability where if I got hit a certain amount of times or my health got over a certain amount, I had a couple pieces that would like trigger rage or which would damage boost me. So I could kind of like take damage and then like counterattack immediately and kill the boss. So that's like the gist of it. I like I said, I want to play this with co-op. I feel like this game was solo. It was all right. It was cool. But I do think co-op would be like a lot of fun. So, yeah.
Ooh, Watts, what's your thoughts?
Yeah. So I initially seen Crimson Moon. I was not super into it because like from the trailers, because like visually I was like, I'm not really into this kind of art style. And it's very like Western Gothic kind of fantasy, which isn't my favorite type. But getting into the game, first of all, the game looks a lot better than I expected from the trailers. Like the skyboxes are really beautiful. And I was looking around, I'm like, damn, this game actually looks really good. It's super detailed. So I think bitrate wise, it's going to kind of be hard to come across because the hub that you go into is just like stuff
like Warhammer,
everywhere.
It's gold everywhere. Yeah,
it's crazy. So I was like, okay, this looks a lot better looking at it in person. But I very quickly was like, oh, okay. From the intro, which I don't think we're even allowed to talk about, but the intro I thought was really sick.
The story's cool. Yeah, it's cool.
I thought it was cool. And then when I started getting into the game, so the combat is soulsy in that it's intentional combat. It has a parry like Elden Ring or Dark Souls. It's got dodges, it's got stamina, it's got all that stuff. So that is very similar type of combat. The stuff that you're getting, because it is a roguelite, the stuff that you're getting in a run is you're getting different rarities of weapons and armor, so you can pick those up. You're also getting different consumables that you can use that will like give you more attack damage or more defense or whatever. And as you're exploring, you're putting together this build. So I found one that ended up having a frost kind of build. So everything I was picking up was to do with frost. So I ended up doing that. And the enemies, when they get a certain amount of frost, they get frozen. So I was running around doing that. And I was like, okay, I'm kind of into it. I think combat feels pretty good. The loot is interesting. And I think the areas look really good. And then you do also have, because you are this half human, half angel, you kind of have like a super that you build up through parrying and other things. And you get to turn into like this angel character, basically gives you another health bar, and you have a completely different moveset. And this is another thing that you will pick for your build, which angel you want to have. So the first one you start off with is kind of like a knight. And then there's another one that you can pick that's more agile, and he's like flashing all over the place and can do crazy aerial maneuvers and stuff. So that was fun as well. I enjoyed the combat with that. When you get to the kind of hub area, it gives you like quests that you can do to unlock stuff. There's like a lore lady that will sell you like trinkets and rings and amulets and stuff like that for builds. So, and you're also leveling up your character overall. So as you get levels, you unlock new permanent stuff. So that's where the roguelite kind of meta progression comes in. You are going to be unlocking permanent stuff that you can get. Bunch of different armor sets, a bunch of different weapons. You have a two-handed weapon with a sword and a shield of some kind, and then you also have like a spear or a halberd or something that you can switch to. And yeah, I thought I was like, this. I'm actually kind of into it. I was like, okay, one more time, because I was only going to play for an hour because this was right after Bella had her operation on her stomach. So I was like, I'm only going to play for an hour. But she was doing good. I was having fun, so I played for like 2.5 hours. And I was having a good time. They've also announced that the game is coming out September 1st, which sounds horrible because it's September, but September 1st is actually not that bad to play for a couple days. It's $20, which is super freaking cheap.
$10 budget.
What the hell? $20 game. It's co-op and it scales for both solo or co-op. So whether you're wanting to play by yourself or with your friend, it will scale. They also announced some artists that they're working with for the game. So they're using metal in this game. Think of like beaten demons in Doom. It's kind of like that, but you're doing gothic medieval melee combat. So they're working with Health, which is a band known for kind of industrial electronic metal from, I think they had something in Cyberpunk. They have Jared Dines, who is a metal YouTuber from the band Oni. They have Misha Mansour, which is one of the guitarists of Periphery. They have Ricky Armelino of Ice Nine Kills, who's like a horror metal band. And each of the artists are composing an original track for a specific boss that's in the world, and then bosses that you fight at the end. So yeah, you're gonna be beating demons with your melee and your friend with heavy metal music.
Doom Dark Souls
for $20. Yeah.
Doom Dark Souls for $20.
Doom Dark Souls roguelike. It's pretty fun, man. I went from not really anticipating this game at all and being like, yeah, we'll see when it comes out, but I don't know, to being like, okay, September 1st, I'm gonna be there day one. I'm gonna play it.
Well, I was about to ask y'all gonna be there day one, September 1st. You said you were. What about you, Ethos?
Yeah. We're playing together.
So I was like, yeah, we'll play. Yeah, definitely. I will say it went from, because I had, maybe jumped the gun on this, but I had picked up this game for the Fantasy Critic, and when I played it for the first hour, I said, oh my god, I need to drop this game. And then when I finished the 3 hours, I was like, okay, never mind, I can keep it on there. I'll survive. I'll be all right. I think it will score solidly. So yeah, I think so, especially with it being $20. I think reviewers would be like, for $20, like a co-op experience like this is really fun. Yeah,
Dev, send some codes, I'll try it.
There you go.
Freaking, it is what it is. The next game we gonna talk about, this one is all JG because I don't pre-order shit. I won't be able to play it until next week, and then I don't know if y'all are gonna play it. But Gears of War E-Day had their early access beta. You either had to have Game Pass or pre-order the game, and originally they were only gonna give access to the Horde mode, but then I guess fans demanded it, and they made it so that PvP and Horde was open. And JG streamed it all, where he got some of the legendary clips that he was talking about at the beginning of the stream. So, give us a story about the clips. How you feeling about the multiplayer? Is Gears back?
Yeah, I think Gears is back, but if you ask another person who's a Gears vet, they will tell you something different. I did hear a lot of mixed reactions to Gears, but I'll tell you about my experience first. So I initially hopped into the Horde mode because I wanted to see what Horde Siege was about. Horde Siege is fun, but I will say, at least in the beginning, I'm hoping that they do tweak it. It did feel a lot more like the old Horde, which isn't a bad thing, but you're just kind of playing regular Horde mode, but you could just run around an area like a map. And they do have secondary objective, like they did explain in the video overview. But a lot of those are like go and find 3 different cog tags or stuff like that in order to get like different upgrades. Like you can get squad upgrades. You can as you kill certain locusts, then you can get their money, and then once the actual rounds are over, which it tends to be like 4 rounds in every like session. And then once those are over and you beat the big boss, then you can extract, you can get on the plane and get essentially saved, and then like your session is over. So that's like pretty much the premise. But after every wave, you can go and get ammo, or you can change your weapons, or you can get like additional items like a decoy or a trap mine, things like that, to continue. So it's fun, but again, I wouldn't expect like them to be changing the bar with this one. I initially got super excited because it was like, oh, it's 3 teams of 4 that are running around. And the very first time I played, I did not see the other team at all. We were just kind of by ourselves, just doing our own thing. And then it was time to extract, and then that was it. But the second time I played, I did run into another team. So it's not like they don't exist, but I feel like the problem, at least from what I played, is that there isn't like a big objective for everyone to do. And that was kind of like the issue that we were speculating about last week when we were talking about it. Because I saw the second team, and I was like, oh, they're coming to help. Like, it was actually, pretty cool, because we were kind of getting overwhelmed a little bit. But I don't think that they came to do like our objective. I think they were just kind of just in the area. So they happened to help a little bit, but they were kind of just doing their own thing. So I think that needs to be more of an emphasis, because I'm like, what is the point of there being 3 teams here and y'all aren't doing anything together, like outside of the secondary objectives that you can do by yourselves outside of the main one? But it's really just kind of regular Horde. You just in a big map rather than like a smaller map.
I'm looking at your gameplay right now. Like, I got it showing in the recording, and I'm not gonna lie, this shit do look big and empty. Yeah, it definitely looked empty. So I'm just hoping that we see something different, that they at least take the feedback and expand on that, because right now it's kind of bland. So like I said, at the very least, I am hoping that they have more like big team objective, like there's a big boss and everybody converge in the middle of the map, and then we all just have to take down this boss together. But at the beginning, I didn't see any of that. So unless there's something I'm missing, that wasn't in there, at least in the beta. So that's fine, but just don't be expecting anything special, at least right now. So I'm going to hold my judgment, that we typically don't say that word in the Gears universe, but I'm going to hold my judgment until the full game comes out to see if they change on that. But onto the multiplayer, there were only 2 maps that you could play. So again, don't be expecting, the whole enchilada there. But of those 2 maps, they were cool. It's interesting learning how the game kind of slowed down, because one thing that people noticed initially is the way that you run is vastly different. So you're not just going into a full sprint. You're kind of like, they kind of went on like the real, like you kind of have to build up to a full sprint. So so they did change the animations up on that. Obviously, we talked about the wall bouncing and how, the initial report saying that was going to be taken out, but the wall bouncing is still there. As you can see on like the clip that I was talking, that I kept saying Ethos' name. I was still wall bouncing. So like, it was like the flow was still there for me. Like it didn't feel like I was being hampered, or like I couldn't do some of the same things that I've done before. Like that was very much still there. I feel like the Nasher still feels the same to me. I know that the people who play Gears 1, especially this remake or remaster, again, I didn't play Gears 1, so I know that the way that the Nasher shoots on 1 is vastly different than 2 and anything beyond. But on this one, like pretty much where I aim is where the pellets are going to go. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, so people, I seen people saying, hey, I'm not sure. I think that there's something wrong. I think that there's lag. Now, again, those could be people that were playing on Xbox. So I don't know if that was a limitation with y'all just based on the hardware. But for what I played on the PC, and I'm playing on keyboard and mouse, by the way, and that's like for Gears, that's foreign to a lot of people. Because again, Gears isn't really a game that's on PC. But I play with keyboard and mouse so much that I'm comfortable doing it. So all that stuff you were seeing, I'm doing on PC. I'm doing on keyboard and mouse. So I was able to aim wherever the hell I wanted. I did have to turn on my sensitivity a little bit. So I do want people to understand that, because that was another complaint that I was seeing. People were saying that it was slow because the way that you aim, I guess on the default sensitivity is super slow. So I put my sensitivity up on my mouse, and I would suggest y'all do the same if you're playing on controller. So just before you get in and start having any like real, like, oh, this feels like crap, turn your sensitivity up, and it might feel more like, what it did, what you're used to. So I did see somebody, he kind of went viral. He was talking about it, and then like an hour later, he was like, wait, I get it now. He was like, I'm sorry, y'all, my bad. He literally said, he was like, my bad. He was like, I was initially, I jumped the gun.
The problem with social media, trying to get that opinion out first instead of, making sure it's right.
I get it. So again, it's gonna take a little bit getting used to, because again, like verticality wasn't a thing in any of the other gears, but there's a separate button for jumping, like jumping onto things. So like you can jump, you can climb things. So that does expand things a little bit. So again, it's just going to take some getting used to, Gears vets. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you, but I think once you adjust, like play it a little bit, I got like 2.5 hours in. So once you start playing it a little bit, I think that it will start to feel more like the Gears of old. Like I was still hitting my shots, like the sniper still felt the same. There are obviously some new weapons there that you need to get used to. The map, like the comms aren't the same as like it was on the other one. I don't know if there's a special button for it, but I couldn't find it. So I was pretty much just like looking at the map, and like the map is kind of all that you have. It didn't show like I'm trying to explain it, but like, and like when you did the comms and like it went gray, and then like you could see like all your teammates, but you can also see like where the weapons were, like the power weapons were.
Yeah, when you
would
hold like the trigger button.
Yeah, that's not a thing anymore, or at least if it is, I didn't see what it was, or I haven't seen anybody else do it. But now it's just, you just look at the map, and it has a countdown timer on when like the power weapons will come back. So that's another slight thing that you'll have to get used to. Again, if it's still in the game, I don't know where it was. I was looking at all the controls, so I don't think that's a function anymore. So there's going to be some of those things that you just kind of have to readjust to. But I did fine. I was clearly the best out of my boys. They gotta get back used to it, because they was a big trash. I ain't gonna lie.
Who was you playing with?
I was playing with the guy, my day zeros who were.
Okay,
yeah. I was playing with the guys who were. Ethos was like, wait, are those the guys at the wedding? I was like, yeah, that's them. So we were all playing because they were super excited to hop on Gears. So other than that, man, like I said, I don't think that a Gears vet should be like super upset at the changes that they made. I think it's just going to be a readjustment period, but it's a good readjustment, because once it hits, once you start getting, I got into that flow state on that clip, I was like, yo, I'm on it right now. Like, I feel like I can't be stopped. So once you start getting really into it and figuring out like, where your shots can go, I think that it really does feel like the Gears of old. And I think that we're going to enjoy it more than a month, Ethos. More than a month. This is going to be our next multiplayer game once everybody get into it. More than a month.
A month and a half.
I don't know, man. It looked good to me.
It did look good.
It does look good. Yeah.
Yeah. They were like, wait a minute. I saw JD tweet. He was like, this game is out. Like, people didn't know. Again, Microsoft advertising and marketing, right? They don't talk about anything. So this was early access. So it went from the 6th to the 10th. So by the time that this podcast comes out, the early access period will be over. But the open beta is going to be from the 13th to the 17th. So that's next Thursday to next Monday. Okay. So for everybody that didn't get a chance to play it yet, you'll get to play the open beta. But the game is not out yet. The game is coming out in October. So just keep that in mind and be ready. But from what I played, it felt great, man. It felt great.
Okay. That's your Gears of War update. I'm sure I will have an update for y'all, because I was just waiting for it to go open for everybody else. I wasn't pre-ordering it, so
dude, the open beta is it's a bad time for me and all the games that are coming out.
It really is.
It's literally Mortal Shell 2 days later, Neo 3 DLC, while during this is Dustblood's network test happening. So I'm just like,
You got your calendar ready? Like, what you're gonna play first?
What's the hours on the Dustblood? You got to be up at like 3 a.m. to play that shit?
One of them is like 3 a.m. to like 6 a.m. or something. I'm like, I'm probably not going to do that one.
Why, man? Why do y'all do this?
But There's another one that's at like a really good time. So
Okay,
there's
right.
2 days that work out well for me with the time slots.
What's the because you said before we started recording, you don't know, like it's like a gray area. What's the over under? You think somebody gonna leak it?
Oh, it's gonna get streamed immediately by like everybody. Because like with the Elden Ring network test, I asked someone from Bandai Namco, I'm like, it says you can't stream it, but like everyone is saying they're going to, the people who have really good relationships with Bandai and FromSoft and everything, they're going to. And the person's response was like, well, just if it happens, so he didn't want to say like, yeah, break the rules that are in the thing that you just like ticked as you signed up, but it was very clear that it's a thing. Everyone does it. Everyone streams it. It's never been a problem. It's just whether Nintendo is going to have a problem with it.
Oh, Nintendo.
So, but they like I haven't really seen anyone get denied access to the network test. If you got denied, please let me know. And I'm sorry if you did. But yeah, I haven't really seen. I've seen pretty much everyone who signed up get access. So like, people are going to be posting stuff everywhere.
Nintendo better let it happen, bro. Last time I read them, Switch sales been slowing down. Y'all need some sales. Let us see the gameplay, bro.
Dude, this is going to be, I don't know if they're going to release a trailer before the network test goes live, but otherwise this is going to be like the look that people get at the game of what it is and what a match plays out. So I feel like they kind of need to let it fly.
I need to see that, yeah.
Since the last show, Marvel Tokon is officially here. I think it was 2 episodes ago. We covered the beta. So like, I don't know about you, Jay, but my opinion hasn't changed that much. I got some more to add on to it, like a little bit. So I kind of wanted to touch on it briefly now that the full game is here. And the main thing I wanted to add is like, when we played the beta, I played the PS5 version. I got into the Arc Systems creator program, so I got a free copy of the game. Shout out to them, but y'all know free don't mean shit to me. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Don't buy that PC version. That shit it's not it, man. Is you probably heard about it. It's pretty freaking bad. When I downloaded the game and I booted it up for the first time, my screen went black for like 5 minutes. And I thought something was wrong with my PC, and then out of nowhere it just started working. When you first boot it up on PC, it has to download the shaders, and like it just goes all over the place. Once those shaders got done downloading, then my PC just sounded like it was about to nuke the whole neighborhood. Like
I was gonna ask, did your PC go? Did you start
it made me really nervous because like I have a very powerful PC, and like I never heard my PC this loud in the last year that I've had it. It sounded like that bitch was about to blow up. And then I restarted the game, and like it's still louder than usual, but it wasn't on that level of that first loud. So it's like, okay, I'll let it rock. But I don't know, man. From what I've been seeing, people have been saying that it's been super laggy on the PC. And I thought it had more to do with people's internet connections, but people on the PS5 are saying that they're not having any issues. So like apparently it's more to do with the port, and it was so bad that the content creator Maximilian uninstalled it on stream out of frustration. He said, I'm just gonna play the PS5 version. I'm not buying another copy. So like I'm gonna just thug it out, or I'm gonna go play Avatar. But in terms of gameplay, I feel the same. I mean, if you're looking for a fun, scrubby fighter, like where you can just press some buttons and do some cool shit, this is it. Just be prepared to be frustrated, because on the opposite side, like I said, it's a very scrubby game. So that also means that people are going to have access to things that they probably shouldn't be having access to. Like I can't stand Spider-Man players. They just fucking bang their head against the goddamn controller, and he gets priority over everything. And you better hope you have some meter so that you can fucking parry that shit.
You know what some of these PC issues are because of with Marvel Tokon is freaking having to sign into PlayStation Network login, and it's just running multiple PlayStation services in the background.
Oh yeah, it's not even conspiracy. So like when I booted up,
why?
When I booted up on PC, that's the first thing that comes up. It says logging into Sony, bro. It literally stalls the shit. It's to the point where like people are making conspiracies on Twitter that like they think Sony purposely sabotaged the game because they want you to buy that PS5 version.
Honestly, I'll take any conspiracy. I'll take any conspiracies about PlayStation now. I don't trust them.
Yeah, I don't trust them either.
I don't trust them
at this point.
And then the other thing, like I said, it's fun for the most part. I don't know how long I'll play it, because like there's other things I have an issue with. Like it's a little too scrubby the more I play it. There's just things in this game that like if it was like a normal balanced fighting game, this shit wouldn't be happening. Like I won't be respecting that shit. And then the other thing is there's too much visual clutter the more that I play it. That's one thing that's really been bothering me. And it stems from the fact that like the way this game plays for those who haven't played it is you get one character at a time. It's a tag fighter, but only one character is on the screen at a time. And you could tag in like different assist abilities or whatever, or you can summon them in, but freaking you can call those assist abilities in like every 2 seconds. So like what happens is, and this is why I said this shit is scrubby. The most popular character right now being played according to Twitter is Spider-Man. And then it's like Black Panther, Blade, all the crackhead fast characters you could just mash down to get priority. So what happens is you play a gazillion Spider-Mans that just mash the fucking square button. And then they also mash the X button to summon assists every 2 seconds, bro. So it just be shit all over the fucking screen. The only time I've really lost consistently is in ranked. And half the time is because I don't even know where my fucking character is. Don't let them pick Penny Parker because she takes up half the screen. Her and the Hulk too. And then the Hulk 2 is a scrub killer, just armor on everything. But the more I play it, I'm just kind of leaning towards it's a good game, but it's alright. I don't know if it's really gonna have legs in the competitive scene. I was like,
come on home.
It's just like, I'm kind of Avatar. I was getting frustrated with Avatar, but now that I played Tokon, because I got 12 hours on it already. Now that I played more Tokon, I'm leaning towards I think I like Avatar more. Avatar has its bullshit, but like it has a stronger foundation in terms of being a balanced fighter. And like I'd rather deal with the bullshit in Avatar. Also, Avatar's online is this shit is laggy as fuck. It's just a fun casual fighter. Kind of like, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of put it in the same bracket as Invincible right now. Will it last longer than Invincible? Probably because it's Marvel, but in terms of like the mechanics of the game, it's the same scrubby shit as Invincible versus you have any different opinions since the beta, Jay?
I mean, no, because I haven't played it since. So I've just been looking at, unfortunately, all the negative things on the PC version. But it's pretty much been the same. I've just been seeing all the negativity on the PC side that's been swaying some people's opinions on whether they should either purchase it or refund it. So going back to that conspiracy, I mean, somebody else mentioned the potential, Sony sabotaging. I'm just like, I just don't know why they would do that at this point. Like, just from a business standpoint, I'm like, y'all like money, right? Like, that's the reason why y'all have been making all these moves. So why would y'all intentionally sabotage something that I would assume you had the ability to not put it on PC if that was the case, or maybe there was some deal that said that y'all had to still put it on there. Now, if something came out that said that y'all had to put it on PC for whatever reason, then I would lean more into that conspiracy. But if you had the option to, and you were like, no, like I still don't like those filthy PC pirates or something, like you just had an issue with us over here, why would you intentionally sabotage just to get people to get the PS5 version? That, to me, that just makes absolutely no sense. I'm not saying that they couldn't do it. I'm just saying, like, from a business standpoint, that makes literally no sense to me. So I just don't know. But clearly somebody did not test this out. They did not listen to the beta feedback, because that was the whole problem with the beta feedback. TBH already said he had a problem. He couldn't play it. Steve couldn't play it on the PC. There are multiple people who were having the same issue. I fortunately did not have that issue, but I totally understood and acknowledged that, hey, this is a problem. So, and people can't play the game, then why would the next week when you actually come out that you would have that problem? On top of that, the localization issues. Like, there were just multiple things with the PC version that it just leaves people scratching their head wondering why did this game come out in this state? Why did you make these decisions, Sony? So I don't know. It's just all bad right now. I'm going to wait because I really don't want to give Sony like unnecessarily more money if I don't need to, because I can't get the physical version because I have a digital PS5 right now. So I would have to literally buy the disc attachment and buy the game. And I'm just like, I'm not doing that. I mean, especially not over Tokon. Especially not for Tokon. I'm good. So any game that I have the option to get on the PC, I will get it on the PC. I'm not giving Sony money right now. That's just how I feel. So even if the PS5 version is better right now, not having those issues, I'm just gonna wait and see. And if they never fix it, then I probably just won't pick it up. And it is what it is, because I really do like Tokon from what I played in the beta.
Avatar developers, add ranked in private lobbies that aren't just 1v1. Come on, you got something here. Tokens getting.
I mean, you have a chance. Yeah, you have
I genuinely thought Tokon was gonna knock Avatar the fuck out, but Tokon fucked up. They stumbled out the gate. Like if y'all get these updates out, you could build some momentum, especially because everybody who's been touching Avatar has been saying they've been loving the game. Like it's one of the best technically sound like fighters I've played in a while, where it's like it's not a ton of scrubby shit. It's just the stuff that is there. It's just like, come on, man, why y'all put that in there? But anyways, that's the gaming stuff that we got for you. Let's move into the news section of the podcast. And let's start off with the biggest news story of the past week, which I feel like I know this is gonna. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just go ahead and give a disclaimer. If you're a corporate shill, just go ahead and fast forward probably about 20 minutes.
Maybe make it 40. We don't want to be here for a while.
And what I'm referencing is the biggest news story of the last week is Rockstar finally activated that Twitter account again, and they tweeted out Grand Theft Auto 6 and extended look premieres on Netflix Thursday, August 27th at 3 p.m. EST. Now, why was this a big deal? They are saying that they are giving a first look at the gameplay. Some people speculate it might be like a documentary, or a dev diary or something like that. I don't know.
Like a machinima?
Yeah, it might be. It's some type of look at Rockstar's GTA 6, but it's being locked behind Netflix. This is the first of its kind. This is a big deal because Netflix is like $20 a month for like the ad version. And then the ad-free version is like even more expensive. So like I saw people on social media saying like, oh, I don't got Netflix, but I'm about to get it now. You also saw people saying, why is this a big deal? Everybody got Netflix. Then why do I see people saying they're about to subscribe to Netflix? Then you got other people saying, oh, it's not a big deal because to be fair, not to spread misinformation, it's also going to be on YouTube supposedly 6 hours later. So you also have corporate defenders saying, oh, it's not a big deal because it'll be on YouTube 6 hours later. The point is that this is a big story because we have now reached a point in capitalism where we are now locking ads behind a paywall, which reminder, an ad, the purpose of it is to sell something to you. So they're selling something to you so that they can sell something to you, but that requires critical thinking. Let's unpack it all. Ethos, open your eyes.
Open up your eyes.
Give us your thoughts on this, man. Where remember death? Where's death of the industry at, Ethos?
I might have to dig them out of the backyard. This is bad. I mean, I watched the video from Jason Schreier and he said, this isn't a hill I would die on, fight more important battles. But I would be like, I get what you're trying to say here, but I still disagree. I still think that I'm not saying I blew a gasket. And I think some of the people misconflate when, like, if I just tweet out and say, y'all have lost your minds, and you take that as an offense and you're replying to it, talking about why are y'all crying over this? How am I crying over this? All I said was that they lost their mind by doing this action. So I think it really shows a couple things. Jason Schreier seems to hint at in a video that I watched over this week that the CEO seems to be hinting is that there's a reason why it's on Netflix. And what Watt said too is like, I'm thinking what this could be is this could feel like they're going to do an entire kind of feels like a TV episode of GTA as a way to showcase the game. And they said it's going to make it feel and look
it is. And
yeah, so this would fit why it's
3
on
gazillion
Netflix.
polygons in our game.
Yeah. So if they do like a whole, it's 40 minutes of gameplay and the whole thing's got cinematics and, feels like a very, like a TV show, like a Breaking Bad episode or something like that, then, I think that's going to flip the conversation and people aren't going to really care. People are like, oh, look how creative this is. This has never been done before, even though this has been done before. But I think that's maybe the angle that I think they're going for. So for people who are like curious about why Netflix, keep in mind too, that Netflix and Rockstar have already had a relationship in the past. Netflix has been trying to figure out how to get into the gaming space for a while. Hasn't been going that great, but Netflix does currently allow you to play a lot of GTAs, like the older GTAs. You can play it via Netflix. So it seems like they've already established a sort of like repertoire already. And it seems like this is just the next escalation to that. So whether that involves Netflix paying, so they paid them money for this and it's like, oh, it's free money for us, or they already have this relationship. And what I think is happening here is that I think Rockstar pretty much understands at this point, the people that have pre-ordered the game are like the diehards. They know people are going to pre-order this game. What I think they're trying to get at is they're trying to get at the true casual base of gamers who are like super casual. They don't watch this podcast. They aren't on YouTube. looking for this information or looking for it, but they're aware that GTA is coming out in whenever November, whatever it is. I don't even know the date comes out. Was it November?
November 19th.
Yeah. So they're aware it's coming out November the 19th. They're just gonna go pick it up or get it whenever it comes out. But they're not like hunting for every piece of information. But there's a connection between a very casual base of American consumers, or just not even American, but just world consumers who have Netflix, who, if you think about it like this, like they get a 9 to 5, they get off the job, they come home, they boot up Netflix because they're trying to watch something, and then boom, right in their face is GTA 6. So I think there's a connection there to potentially what they're trying to do is maybe and connect it to maybe like pre-order or just to get the hype up. But I think it is a means to allow their marketing to reach a very super casual. This is a sort of media event, and we're gonna FOMO the hell out of you by ensuring that like
it's their own version of Summer Games Fest or like Nintendo Direct, but for like super casuals.
Yeah, but I don't even think it's that. I don't think they're going to present it as that. I think they're going to present it in a kind of what I said before, like in a very cinematic manner, and in a way that GTA.
There might not be no gameplay in there.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean we don't know. Yeah, we should.
Will you go any further? Would that piss off the audience, like the hardcore?
No, because half of them are dick riding the stupidest shit. They don't give a. The GTA can show them literally 30 minutes of them driving around the city. That's the whole thing. It's just them in the car driving around the city, and they will literally praise it as the greatest shit on earth. Yeah. They will have no criticism. I think we're beyond the point. I do believe that GTA is beyond reproach. I don't think that this game could do anything wrong until launch to convince people that, hey, maybe we should slow our horses on this. It has to cyberpunk crash. Like
it's got to be like not work.
Yes,
not even. It could even be a terrible game and it would be fine. Yeah. It needs to like not.
Like I physically cannot play it.
To objectively, through your own eyes, physically not work or have huge issues like Cyberpunk or No Man's Sky. It has to be that level of a blow up for people to then be like, oh hell no, and then maybe that causes the domino where everything else then goes to hell as a result, because a lot of investment, a lot of wants and dreams, and a lot of future decisions are going to be made based off of this game. So when people tell you, oh, why does it matter and this and that, it's because I want you to think back to when back when Bethesda put that damn horse in that damn game.
I just seen a tweet about that. They replied to this and they said, it's just horse armor. What's the big deal?
It's just a horse armor. What's the big deal? Why y'all crying? It's not a game. It's just a horse armor. This is the same sort of domino effect, the sort of you give them an inch and they will go a mile. And if you do this, I think some people said before, fully expect then Annie's I saw some of the joke. I don't know if this was real or not, but I saw something about Kingdom Hearts potentially like is going to be a Disney,
I would not be surprised if they lock behind Disney Plus.
Yeah, it will be only on Disney Plus. That's the only place you can see it. Or Spider-Man, the next Spider-Man game will only be available, on a certain online format for you to watch it. Or we're going to show the first ever trailer for it, but it will only be shown in the movie theaters, and you got to go to the movie theaters.
Next 007 locked behind Amazon Prime.
Yeah. Or next 007, you got to have Amazon Prime in order to do this. Like they have done more with less. Let's put it that way. They have moved the needle throughout the past decade. The needle has been moved. We have slowly been boiled, needle by needle by needle, year after year. And at this point, we're all the way at the far right, like what you said, TBH. We're at the whole enchilada, the end point of capitalism. Where now the memes that we made fun of, the things in the TVs and the movie shows where it was like satirical and it was like funny and it was like, oh, this is ridiculous. Now it is becoming reality. And now we are living in this sort of not the fun parts. We're not getting none of the cool stuff. We're getting the worst aspects of it. And the worst part is that it takes two to tangle, and y'all are tangoing. Matter of fact, y'all doing tricks on it. Y'all not even tangling. You are straight up doing tricks on it and deep in it. So at this point, I agree with what you said, TBH. I don't care. I have no reservation in my head that this game's probably going to sell billions of dollars. I don't think anyone's going to sit here and ever be like, oh, the game's not going to sell a lot. Anybody who tries to even remotely look at sales numbers and tries to honestly make any sort of video talk about GTA needs to make this much, just shut up. Shut the fuck up.
We're not going to make $8 billion, man.
Dog, we do it. Spider-Man is banging money. Odyssey is banging money, and GTA will literally make more money than both of them. And those are the biggest event of the year. And we'll make more than Doomsday and Dune, all of them combined, and we'll still make more money than them in less than a week.
After this,
we just gotta let it go, man.
After this news, I would say I felt like Bossing say fell, like the wall fell. I was like,
oh yeah, the wall's gone. The wall's
yeah,
gone.
I wasn't even. I made my one video, but I wasn't even angry. I was just like sad. I was like, wow, you people are fucking stupid. Like, it makes me feel old. I was like, yeah, this has gotten really bad, and it's gonna take them fucking y'all to really get it, because I think what this situation has proved is, we've been saying it for like the last month on this podcast, we are in a literacy crisis. Specifically, when you say literacy crisis, we talk about the comprehension and the critical thinking aspect of it. Like people say, I feel like that's in everybody's like repertoire when they say, give them an inch, they'll take a mile. But do you actually comprehend what that means, or do you just say it because it sounds cool? Because the level of just backward bending people are doing to defend this shit, I'm like, man, y'all can have this shit, bro. Y'all go get everything that you deserved and more. And like, I pray this is the greatest game, the greatest piece of media. So like, it was at worth, because what I think is going to happen regardless. But at bare minimum, I hope it's worth it at least. But I have a sneaky suspicion I don't even think it's going to be worth it. What you think about it all, Watts?
Yeah. So I tweeted a pretty simple thing that was just like, wow, we're paywalling a trailer, basically. People were very angry. So I said, I'm not dealing with this today. And I deleted the tweet. I said, oh, nope, never mind.
But then they came at your follow-up tweet, though.
They did, yeah. And if you look at the people who are responding to you about this and you go to their replies, they are literally just, every single person who says something negative about GTA, they are responding to it. And one of them was like, well, it's because it's all over my timeline. It's not because of that I'm searching for the words. And I'm like, is it because you keep responding to it?
Sure, Jan. Yeah.
So one thing that has happened that I would kind of like to touch on is that people are now, they're trying to pick up things that they can bring up to defend it. And they said they're bringing up Game Informer back in the day, when Game Informer had exclusive access to play games early, and then they would put up those impressions and overview in a magazine, and you would have to physically get the magazine. So they are similar in that both are accessed behind a paywall. But I think that is just about the only way that they are similar. Because one, the Game Informer, when that was happening, was when we didn't have access to a game company just being able to put their trailer on the internet. Like the only way that you
can I say something, by the way?
Yes, yeah.
I've never met anybody on Earth, 1, 2, or 3, who intentionally subscribed to Game Informer. Correct me if I'm wrong. The only reason any of us were ever subscribed to Game Informer is because we shopped at GameStop as kids.
GameStop, and we wanted GameStop like candy, bro.
So
they gave away subscriptions like candy.
Context matters for those who weren't there back then. That was the only reason anybody had a GameStop. It wasn't because things were locked behind a paywall. We were just GameStop fans. That's all. But go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, they were. So also another way that they're similar is that it's basically publisher controlled marketing disguised as consumer content for both of them. But the way in which they're different, very different. So back in the day, the only way that you could get your game seen by other people is by going to a third party like a magazine or something. It's also the only way that you could get your game seen for people to purchase it. Game companies have to go and have meetings with GameStop and Best Buy and whatever, a Toys R Us, to get them to be able to put their game in the storefronts, because that was the only way you could sell the game. Whereas now you can make your own website and upload an exe and someone could just download your game as well as all of the other ways. So it's very, very, very different because you couldn't just upload your trailer to the internet. The other way in that it's different is that the Game Informer stuff was basically like inviting a company to come and try the game. And then the company, Game Informer, would, talk about what the game is and show off screenshots and stuff, but they would also give their opinion. This Netflix thing isn't Netflix having like a journalist or players come in and give like a review of GTA that they played. It's purely controlled by Rockstar, and it is purely an ad for GTA. There's no like critical eye being looked at it at all. And then if people want to compare it to Game Informer, compare it to modern day Game Informer. Game Informer right now have exclusive access to some information about Onimusha. And they are putting out articles and videos for free that you do not have to subscribe for about Onimusha. There's a magazine that you can buy if you like the art, because the art looks sick, but all of the access to the information about Onimusha is for free online. So it is not the same. please stop asking me why it's different, because I don't want to repeat myself over and over again. But I think that it's a bad precedent to set, that we are now paywalling everything. Consoles and PC parts, the regular gamer is being priced out of. And now the regular gamer or the regular man who can't afford to have a subscription to everything is going to be priced out of watching trailers for games that they're excited about. Like, these companies, these CEOs clearly have a goal of pricing you out of everything and controlling everything that you consume. They want you to have subscriptions to a service to play the game. They want a subscription for like a streaming service for you to play the game and not actually own a console or a computer. And they want you to have a subscription service to watch their trailers. And we can see what's happening. And that's why we don't like it, because I don't want someone in 10 years to be like, I want to get into gaming, and they can't afford any part of it because the CEOs have priced us all out.
Can I, before I toss it to Jay too, I want to say it's not even a matter of we can see what's going to happen. They're straight up telling us to our face. I feel like this article flew under the radar, so I wanted to, bring this one up on the podcast for those who haven't seen it. But the CEO of Rockstar or Take-Two Interactive recently gave an interview where he said that, I'm going to paraphrase, but essentially he said, hey guys, gaming is getting really expensive. So wouldn't it be great if we just owned everything on our computers and you streamed it? And he thinks that we're going to be able to own nothing and stream everything within 3 months. That's 3 years. I mean, that's his goal.
3 years.
3 years. Let me summarize this for you guys. They created the problem by causing this Ramageddon with these CEOs with these AI data centers. And now they're saying, we created the problem. We got a solution. What if we take your consoles and your PCs away and you just stream the games from us and you don't own anything? And by the way, what?
They created the problem and now they're selling you the solution.
They're selling you the solution, bruh. We're not making this shit up. They're
conditioning.
They're playing in our faces now.
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
What I think. Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah. I find it hilarious that these big wig CEOs are all coming out with the same talking points. You all don't see it.
You don't see that collusion.
Take-Two said this. Amazon said this.
Suspicious.
Yeah, exactly. You don't think that's suspicious? Come on now. Open again that third eye. This is why we're here, to enlighten you about these things. But again, you all, the people who listen to this podcast, yes, you all care. You all are informed. But the average gamer, the casual, who everybody else on social media tries to say, oh, they're the problem. They're the problem. They won't care until, it starts affecting them. That's why we're trying to reach those people as well. So the people who listen to this podcast and watch it, try to reach those people too, because apparently all those people are just under a rock. I don't know what's going on with the the quote unquote casual gamer. But anyways, I want to say this before I get to what I really have to say. But I don't necessarily have a problem with Rockstar putting their whatever this is exclusive look trailer, because I had somebody else who tried to get in my mention was like, it's a trailer. You're saying false information, when literally in the video that I did, I said exclusive look in the beginning and then I said trailer at the end. Okay, my bad. It's not a trailer, it's an exclusive look, but nobody knows what this exclusive look is going to be. It could very well be a trailer. We don't know. I'm going to assume it's not, because if Netflix decided to pay whatever that they paid for this 6-hour ad window, whatever, cool. But I have a problem with the way that people reacted to it. Again, going to what TBA said, we've seen multiple people saying, hey, I don't have Netflix, but I'm going to literally get a subscription just so you can watch an exclusive look 6 hours before it actually comes out on YouTube.
Mind you, it's probably going to be on Twitter like 2 minutes after it goes.
Freaking exactly. So all that I was asking, I was just laughing at this because I'm like, you all don't have the patience to wait at bare minimum 6 hours. At the latest 6 hours, when this trailer, this exclusive look is almost guaranteed going to be on the internet within minutes. Somebody is going to stream it for you for free. You can go on Twitch. You can go on Kick. You probably go on any other platform. Somebody will be streaming this for you to see in real time. But you want to give Netflix your money, your $8.99, whatever the lowest plan is, so you can watch an exclusive look right then. It's FOMO. It's, for the content creators, I can sort of understand, but we're like years into this. I think that almost everybody has Netflix now, or at one time you were borrowing someone else's account before they made the change to make that, not a thing anymore. But you've had Netflix. So my main problem was, what is Netflix's end goal here? Like, if they paid whatever that they paid, what is their end goal? Were they trying to just get more subscriptions? Because to me, I'm like, all right, if you're trying to get subscriptions just to watch an exclusive look, aren't they going to just cancel it right then? So like, you're going to get that initial inflation of subscriptions, and then they're going to either fall off, or you're going to catch them. You're going to be like, I gotcha. You forgot to cancel your subscription. And so then you're just going to have dead people not watching anything on your platform, just forgetting that they even have it. Or at the very best, you might convert those people to actually watch stuff on your platform. But I can almost guarantee everybody already has Netflix anyways. Second of all, that 3 o'clock time period, I found that to be very weird, because I mean, for Pacific time, that's 12 o'clock, right? Mm-hmm. This is still at a weird time, because everybody's still going to be at work. If you're if you're in a regular 9 to 5, you're going to be at work. So I find that 3 o'clock time period a little bit strange to go on Netflix. If it's on YouTube, fine, because you can just watch it whenever you want. But Netflix is a different story. It's going to take a couple more clicks, a couple more hoops to get into. So I find that a little strange. But going back to the content creators, even though some of them are going to find a way to stream it, because it's not that difficult. But Netflix, especially if you have the desktop version on your PC, it has some weird like codecs that kind of make it hard for you to like just beam it and stream it. Yeah, so it'll block you. So y'all got to worry about that too. So all the people trying to like live react, it's going to be a little bit difficult. It's going to be more difficult to do it. Now I was able to do it, but again, I'm a techie. I know a little bit more to get it to work.
$75. I got an engineer.
So I was able to, you can find a way. But for the majority of people, if you're just like, oh, I'm just going to put it on the screen and then just beam it, it's not going to work like that. So that's going to be another problem for the people trying to live react. So it's going to be some hoops. The content creators, all the people that are creating content, are going to be a little bit upset at that. But to like the average person, I wonder where your level of like bending over. I'm going to coin this term for all the corporate shills. You're benders, because you're bending over every which way in order to let these corporate companies straight F you. Like I'm not to try to make it as graphic as possible, but that's literally what you're doing. And I find it very strange that for years, I think that we've had the people who are either consciously or unconsciously speaking, you are the mouthpiece for the corporation. You don't realize that like you have a capitalistic mindset, but you're not a business person. Like none of us are like true like business. Like I'm in the corporate office. I am a CEO. I am an exec type of person. We are people to play video games. Yes, we have our own brands, and yes, that is a business. But I'm not sitting here crunching numbers every single day outside of just looking at the views on the videos and stuff. Like I'm not crunching numbers. I'm not a business person. I didn't go to school for business, so I couldn't tell you the first thing about owning the business, especially of the magnitude of a Rockstar or an Amazon. So I wonder where all of this corporate talk comes from. That's the main thing that kind of boggles my mind. Why do you all like speak so highly of these corporations? I understand that they got you in there, that you love what they produce, what they are selling to you, but you don't have to speak for them, because I can guarantee you they don't give two shits about you. They only see you as a dollar sign. And you, as a person, as a human being, as a consumer, should have a little bit more self-worth that you should be like, hey, you can't talk to me like that. What are you trying to take away from me? What are you trying to? Yeah, well, I know, right? I know. I'm talking. I'm talking to the wrong person. I'm talking to the wrong people, right? They don't have any integrity, and that's the freaking problem. But you should to be like, hey, I don't like what you're doing. I don't like what you're saying. Maybe I should, think twice before I decide to spend my money on whatever that you're trying to sell me. But people don't. They just blindly do whatever. So I really don't get it. And then going back to the Netflix thing, like, the demographic of the people who are on Netflix, like, I wonder who Netflix and Rockstar is really trying to target here, because I would imagine that almost everybody knows at least the name of GTA, right? It's just like a Call of Duty, it's just like a Twitch. Like there are just those names that, like, even if you're 70 years old, you probably have heard it once or twice. You don't have to necessarily engage in it, but you probably know what it is. Or if someone told you, like your son, your daughter, your grandson, your granddaughter, you will probably know it. It's like, oh, that's it again. Okay, all right, I understand that. So was your other goal to try to like get older people into it? Like I don't know.
That's
Like
who they're targeting. I think it's the people who maybe have heard it in passing, or they heard about it back in the day, or they played like the really early ones, and then they see that and they're like, "Oh, I remember hearing about that or playing that back in the day," and then they want
that game needs Jesus. Get that shit out of my goddamn face, man.
but
That's
here's
that
my
game that made everybody all murderous and stuff.
here's my rebuttal to that, Watts. Do you think in a million years that Rockstar needs Netflix in order to get that crowd, that demographic? No. Because guess what's going to happen along with this Netflix thing? Guess what? Whenever they release the trailer for Grand Theft Auto 6, guess what it's going to be on? It's going to be on every sports broadcast commercial that there is. It's going to be on every regular commercial that there is. There's no way that a person who is over 30, 40 years old is not going to see a trailer for Grand Theft Auto 6. It's not going to be because of Netflix and them just clicking on Netflix wanting to see the next Stranger Things that they're going to be like, oh, it's Grand Theft Auto here. Like, I get what you were trying to say, Etho, but I don't think that's going to move them, and it's going to be like the only place that they're going to see this. Okay, you can X YouTube out of the way. They're not going to go on Rockstar's website if you're a casual, person who doesn't know anything about it. YouTube is another thing. All right, more people are using YouTube. So again, I would also argue Rockstar, again, you don't need to do anything. When's the last time when E3 was a thing? You weren't at E3. You saw it coming to E3. Like you decided to do your own thing a long time ago. So whenever you decide to show something, you show it on your own volition. I understand you may be mad at YouTube because of that leak that happened. I get it. It happened. I don't know what happened to your security, but that ended up coming out. I get there may be like a rough spot, a rough patch that y'all are having with YouTube as a whole, but even still, you could just release it on your website. Now, the website might crash because I don't know what your infrastructure looks like. Too. But yeah, Netflix might crash. Netflix gonna crash. Who knows? Who knows, man? But in any case, I still don't believe that Rockstar needed Netflix for this. And I've seen so many people who are like, "Oh man, but the game costs $2 billion to make, so Rockstar just needs the money." Why does that matter?
Why does it cost $2 billion to make? Why does it cost $2 billion?
It was their choice. At what point do people think that
we didn't tell them?
It's not your responsibility. It's not your responsibility to help them recoup their yacht money, bro. Like, what the fuck are we talking about here?
So once again, y'all acting like Rockstar and Take-Two are broke. They're not broke. You literally give them at least $5 million additional dollars every year for one video game. They have sold over 200 million copies of one video game. Do you think that Rockstar and Take-Two are broke? No, they are not broke.
$500 million a year.
Keep in mind,
sorry, not 5 billion. Yeah, sorry, not almost $1 billion for one game, and then add on 2K. It's ridiculous, bro. So I don't care how much that they are going to make for this one video game. I actually would argue I don't want to see these investment calls. I wish that we were not privy to these investment calls and what money that they were making, because people are pocket watching to an insane degree nowadays. It does not matter. I wish that I can have a sliver of the money that Take-Two has made. None of us are going to see that money. All you're going to do is give them money. I am trying to, on my platform, have you make smarter choices and stop arguing about money that you nor I are going to see. We are not in the business of Take-Two. So why are y'all constantly talking about, oh, this was a good business decision? We're not freaking business people. Shut up about this stuff.
The only thing I can think of is like, this conversation reminds me of a video that I watched from FD Signifier. Like, shout out to him. He makes great videos, like a year ago. And he was covering the Drake versus Kendrick battle, and he was talking, and I think we kind of touched on something similar on the podcast, like the tribalism. He was talking about one thing he hates about like Drake's stans, not fans, but stans, like the super fans.
There's a difference.
Yeah, is that he's like they put their whole identity in him, because he says he thinks that they were losers, and they're like losers going against the world, and it feels good to finally be part of a winning team, and that winning team is like Drake. And I wonder for like GTA fans, is like Rockstar like the winning team for them, and it's like so they don't understand what they see, what they're 100%. Saying basically, and it's like it's exactly
think about the last 3 years. They've been getting clowned because every single one of the games that they think is game of the year gets blown out.
And then also it won most anticipated game 3 years in a row too. It's like, oh, this shit's never coming out. Yeah. So it's like the team, and it's like now the team is finally showing up for the playoffs. Oh, we about to stomp everybody out. And it's like, bro, do you guys understand what you're saying? Like in the defense of these corporations. I will say though, piggybacking off what Jay said, there is a level of hope though. I was disappointed by the reaction, but what I will say is I noticed the reaction on social media was different depending on the platform. On Twitter, it was 50-50. And then even still that 50-50, you had to take with a grain of salt because it's full of bots. But I saw a lot, and I mean a lot of viral tweets from people that were saying the same thing as Ethos. Fuck it. I hope this game fails. I saw a lot of that shit. The worst takes I saw, unfortunately, I had a video go viral on Facebook talking about the GTA 6 Netflix trailer. And I would say
Facebook?
That's 90 to 9. I'm not going to like, hey, what I'm about to say, if it don't apply, let it fly. Facebook, y'all not beating the allegations of the lowest IQ human beings on earth. Y'all are on Facebook, man, because about 90 to 95% of the comments were just cheerleading the corporate. If you broke, say that. Who don't got Netflix? They spent $1 billion on this game. They need to make it back, bro. I'm just like, oh my God, you guys don't see the problem. The asteroid's coming.
those are the people that are going to cause the asteroid. And you know, so I and what you're saying about how I need this game to die. I think we're also getting this realization of, you know, maybe we left the gate open too long. I think maybe we should have shut the gate. And I think what happens is we left the gate way too open. We let too many people in here that opened up their opinions and have shifted the conversation and shifted the goalposts now to areas that I don't think would have ever been fathomable a decade ago. But these are things that, and I see people stress it too. If any other company was doing this, if I just replaced Rockstar with EA, you all would have been on this. Oh man, you all would have been slandering this thing nonstop. Ubisoft, nonstop. But it's because it's Rockstar and that you love the game. It has, and I get that because they have like a track record with you. I get that, but it's just the principle. It's just you should not allow someone just because. How do I describe this? Just because somebody, okay, so I say that EA is like, they're walking up to you and you see the knife, and they start stabbing you, and you go, oh, and they stab you, right? Rockstar is like, I'm giving you the hug, and then once they hug you, then they're stabbing you in your back. And you're like, well, at least they gave me a hug before they started stabbing. It's like, why are we doing this? Because it's like, well, the hug was really nice. It was really warm. While I was also getting stabbed because of 2K and all the microtransactions that we know GTA. And mind you, Rockstar has not uttered one word. They have not uttered online once. We have not.
You know who they talk to? They're investors.
And that's why we're in this conversation.
Jason Schreier said something about they specifically are not talking about the online.
They're not. They are dodging it. They are not talking anything about it. They're not giving you any semblance. And I don't know if there's going to be which I would be curious about. I don't know if there's going to be a group of consumers who are used to GTA, but only in the context of GTA Online, right? Only have played like some of the. I would love to see the percentage of people who actually played GTA's story and beat it. I don't know the percentages. Maybe I'll put it up on Steam and check. But I'd be curious to know what that percentage is on all the consoles. And then because GTA's been out for so damn long, a lot of people nowadays don't associate the story anymore. Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't think GTA 5's story was really that crazy. It wasn't as good as some other stuff. But I digress. But I am curious to see the identity of GTA has always been online. How many, is there going to be a sort of misunderstanding if the game launches and they're like, where's the online? And if they don't show it on Netflix and we don't hear about it even after launch, is that going to cause any sort of, why don't we have online? Right? Because you already know they want their RP servers. They want to be able to do that. That's what they're all getting hyped about. They're talking about content creators talking about we're gonna get excited. It's like, what are you gonna get excited for? You go do playthroughs,
to do the same exact thing they did in 5, but they're gonna do it in Florida.
I just don't know.
You be the ambulance, you be the police, you be the drug dealer, and we're gonna do this for 12 hours on stream.
The worst part is I don't think even GTA could even enamor me anymore outside of unless they change their game design. And I feel like Cyberpunk did that pretty well, which was like they added like a lot of the customization aspect of it. But I feel like GTA will never do that. I think GTA has been inching towards that. I think online will become really more hardcore RPG. I feel after the whole role-playing servers blew up in 5. But if we're going to have the same issue that I feel like Red Dead had and 4, 5 had, and I argue a little bit 4 too, where at the end of the day, all the missions you do are very linear and they're not really allow you to do a lot of player expression, and they confine you into these areas that you have to do it. You got to do the story a certain way. And if you don't, then, hit the GTA death screen. They've been infamous for this for the past 2 releases. So
that's actually a perfect segue into like another topic involving GTA, because I had another article from a director on The Last of Us, Bruce Straley. He went semi-viral on Twitter because he tweeted out, "No shade, just curious, what do you hope is in the new GTA 6 you haven't already experienced in the previous games? Or simply, what are you going to play? Why are you going to play GTA 6? And he got a lot of hate because he was basically asking, he was just like, yo, because to be fair, if you know the history of GTA 6, this is not technically the 6th game in the series. This is like the 10th one, if you want to count the Liberty Stories and the China one and all. Yeah. So it's like, he's just like, yo, being like 8, 9, 10 games into the series, what are you expecting to be different? You're gonna fuck hookers, you're gonna steal cars and run drug deals for people, like it's just gonna take place in Florida. And he got a lot of hate for that.
I don't even think GTA players know what to expect. I genuinely believe if I had a conversation with one of them, I'm like, what are you expecting from this? Because we don't know anything. So what are you expecting from this? Like, what can you actually objectively tell me?
We're gonna go to the moon this time, bro.
I just don't get know. Outside of like the game's gonna look really cool. Like it's probably gonna be the most same way that like how people felt when like all the other games came out, like how I imagine how like people felt like when they saw Cyberpunk come out, they're like, oh my god, look at the visual of it. Like I'm assuming that's gonna be the pull of it right now. Is just it's gonna be the most realistic looking, game that we have ever seen before, and it's gonna push the fidelity that to points that we've never seen before. Kind of how the people felt like when they saw like Last of Us 2. Is that the argument? Like, is that just what all? So
when I brought this question up on stream, a lot of it, I'm not gonna lie, was just stupid shit to me. The only one that answer that I saw that was like slightly viable, and the only reason I can say it was viable is because I haven't played Red Dead 2, is some people were saying they're expecting that level of immersion that was in Red Dead Redemption 2 to be in this game, but like to another level. Now, if any of y'all have beaten that game, maybe you can articulate what that means. Because when I also said, can you articulate further what that means? Nobody could really answer that question. Like, what specifically about Red Dead was more immersive to you than other games? Because I'm not calling it bad or it wasn't. I just don't have experience with it.
I mean, I get that angle, I guess. I guess they're talking about like when you're in the open world and you're just like vibing, right? You're not doing the missions, you're just going around doing stuff. Like you feel like you're a part of that world, which again, that kind of goes into the whole presentation aspect, which is fine, but I kind of want some different gameplay. I like to see a mix up of the gameplay. I like to see them try something a little bit different in the gameplay factor. But I think that's what they mean by like Red Dead. It's just like, you know how like when people walked across the clan and was like, oh shit, look, the clan's in the forest. I'm gonna go kill them. Like stuff like that, where they're just like the immersion factor of it with the horses. And
I'd argue at least one aspect that it's going to be hard to do, because one thing that GTA has always had a consistent theme of was being anti-capitalist. They can't take that angle anymore. That's just a joke if they do that, because you guys are participating in some of the most anti-consumer practices and greedy practices. So like, I don't want to hear nothing anti-capitalist in GTA anymore. Like, you've become the fucking villain.
I don't think it's anti-capitalist. I think it's just going to be like counter, like critic, like a culture criticism. I think that's just going to be the main thing. What's crazy?
Anti-woke? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like I had this argument. I remember I had this argument with Siggy years ago. This is a long time ago, though. This is like 2016 when we were talking about GTA 6. This is like the hype of like woke stuff. And Siggy tried to make an argument to me and said that he was under the belief, and he said that Rockstar was going to be influenced because of social society norms, and that they were going to dumb down effectively the writing to be less
the satire
critical. The satire will be less like they won't make fun of certain groups and stuff like that, like they have in the past GTAs. And I was saying, no, I really don't think that's the case. I genuinely think GTA is above that. Like there's certain things like that are above the reproach of what sometimes culture tries to like censor. Like, for example, if that was true, GTA would have been banned a long time ago from the government trying to stop it. And they have not been able to do it multiple times. Not even one time. They've tried 3, 4. There's a whole documentary of the amount of times they've tried to get rid of GTA and they could not. So I said, I think at this point, it's part of culture. It's here to stay. It's no different than guns in America. It is a part of the way America is. It is a part of the zeitgeist, the cultural zeitgeist. And you have to accept it as it is. And it's not going to probably go anywhere. So into that regard, I just think when we talk about this game, I don't think anything's going to change outside of like the writing might be will be pretty still snappy. I'm pretty sure they'll still, but I think they're going to make a lot of fun of political. But the problem is I'll give you a hot take. I think a lot of the right wing area people are going to get mad at GTA and they're going to turn on it. That's going to be my hot take. That
would be a funny war to watch on Twitter. Watch those two sides going in.
We're in Florida. One of the bastions of that type of
you're making our state look bad.
Yeah, and I think the type of characters they're going to introduce into this that are going to make fun of those types of characters. We know they're very sensitive, and I think they're going to immediately make a connection. Like it's impossible. Our world currently, our reality is a joke. It's a joke right now. So I don't think anything that GTA, even if it's not intentionally trying to make fun of it, it's just going to naturally make fun of it because there's just going to be too many easy dunks. That's going to be hard to do. And I would be genuinely not surprised if, not that Siggy was wrong, but in the idea that like they're going to be incorrect and they're just going to be mad at it because they're going to make a connection. People are like, but they never said that. But why are you making that connection? Like the thing of every accusation is a confession. It's like that type of thing. I think that's what's going to happen. That's going to be my hot take. I think I'd be shocked. I think it's going to be a political right side of it that's going to get mad about something about the story.
The immersion argument makes more sense to me from a cowboy standpoint, from the simple fact that like in this era that we live in, like outside of people cosplaying, like cowboys don't actually exist like that anymore.
I mean, but it's loser shit. Like if you think about it,
so like they want to feel like they're in the Wild West. But my thing, how do you replicate immersion in a modern GTA game? Do you actually want?
I'm a loser in real life, TBH, and I want to feel like a successful person in a game that takes.
And that's what I'm saying. Okay, I'm asking people who are listening. Every GTA game, you go to the strip club and you throw money. How do you make that more immersive? The only thing my brain can think of is at some point they're going to ask you to start giving real money to the digital strippers. This is so immersive, bro.
Oh Lord!
And in my head, I'm like, bro,
that already happens. That happens.
How? What? Already. When?
So when I used to partake in Final Fantasy 14, I discoveed that there's a strip club in Final Fantasy 14, and they was throwing real dollars. Yeah, they was throwing real dollars to some real, some e-girl strippers in Final Fantasy.
Go throw them at real strippers. At least you stimulate the economy. Like, god damn.
Remember that thing, Second Life?
Yeah, I remember that.
That's like it's a precursor to GTA Live. If you think about it, it's literally a precursor to that.
How do you make stealing a car from a random person on the street more immersive? The only thing I can think of is you go outside and steal the cars. Like, what are we talking about?
We have rappers.
You want to put a vest on, a vibrating?
That they don't do. We have the same thing. Rappers rap about.
I'd argue it's more rappers doing what they do. Maybe in the past, but I'd argue there's more doing what they talk about these days.
Oh no. Well, recent people are doing it. What I'm saying is there are still, unfortunately, yeah. But I'm saying there's still people like that who facade as I do this that, but they really aren't. They really don't be doing that. But I'm saying that same in the video games. There's no, like I said, there's losers out there, TBH. There are losers who have no life, who have no success in life, and they want to live vicariously through the video game in order for them to feel the glamour of that. I want to feel like $1 million. I want to feel like I could turn the corner and shoot at my ops. Like they know they're not gonna do that in real life. They're gonna do it in the video game, and that's the immersion for them, which is crazy when you think about it. But that's the only kind. Like I get it. Red Dead, can't be a cowboy really now. You go to Texas, maybe rural area, then you can maybe live that. But you really can't live that fantasy nowadays, right? That's
why I said I can understand it. That's why it's a fair argument.
It's like, it's almost a 1-to-1 to life, except there's real consequences to the stuff you do in the game.
That's why I said I have a feeling I aged out of GTA, because when I was playing it as a kid, I couldn't drive a car around the city. I couldn't go.
Wait, are you saying GTA players ride the bus?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
That's crazy.
What was that clip I sent you, JG? What was about the village? What's the thing I sent you about the village?
I forgot about that one, but oh my god.
But he said, you know
Oh,
what
the
they say,
old
right?
he said, take the village to raise a kid.
What if the
What if
village
the
is the
whole-
R word?
What if the whole village is the R word? You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah.
I know people got mad. I tweeted, but I was like, "But I'm sorry, bro. We in 2.0. We're not doing the whole cancel mode." He's right. He could have said it a little bit better.
Yeah.
But he's right. And
Big
I'm like,
facts.
we're in this era now where unfortunately the community is surrounded by a bunch of idiots. And as a result of this, now we're dealing with this. We're in promoting and allowing this type of dumbassery from happening. This is why y'all supporting the biggest games. Think about it. What are the two biggest games? GTA and y'all like foot and sports. Why? Because none of y'all can make it to sports, and none of y'all can shoot somebody, and none of y'all gonna be shooting nobody. And that's why you guys are living through these games.
That's why I tweeted
At
it.
least when I'm in my fantasy, at least I got cyberpunk arms. At least I'm double jumping off of buildings. At least I'm killing demons or something, bro.
That's why I
the things
tweeted
y'all
George
doing
Bush is a top
sucks.
5 optomy now, bro. He is going to pay for no children left behind, bro. No kids left
Bruh.
behind. Did a lot of
It's
damage,
too
man.
much. It's too much. And you know what's crazy? And this is the crazy part. It's kind of like Cyberpunk 2. It's like kind of like we have the same problem with Cyberpunk where it's like media literacy, where it's just like it just keeps going over people's heads. Where it's like I genuinely cannot fathom how someone can play Cyberpunk and pay attention to what's happening in that game's story and see how close it is to right now in reality. Like the parallels are like now they're almost 1-to-1. Like it's very close now. It's not even like
I'll tell you why they can do that.
but I don't understand how you could do that and then literally see corporations screw people over in a video game. Be like, yeah, fuck the corporations. That is bad. And then in real life, your brain just
It's because
melts.
you're under the guys that they understood the message. Like you have to understand when you go to a movie theater, the person sitting next to you on the left and the right are not watching the same thing that you are watching. And the moment what made me realize this was after watching what was it, Avatar season 1 on I didn't watch it on Netflix, but you know, allegedly the live action show when season 1 had came out, there was a moment there was a moment where like it just straight up insults the intelligence of the viewer. It just like spells out exactly what's happening versus letting it did this all the time. And that's why I didn't like the show, versus letting the viewer figure it out and use like critical thinking. And I was like, why the fuck is it doing this shit? And then I started like Googling into like Hollywood writing. And I don't know if y'all know, but apparently over the last 5+ years, Hollywood's writers have been told to transition to writing their scripts to where you just have to accept the fact that most people who are watching content on television are scrolling on their phone. So you have to spell it out for them so that they don't critically think. And then once I read that changed the way I was like, that makes sense. So television was always written for people with lower IQs, but it's even worse now.
It's written for people who aren't even paying attention.
Yeah.
I mean, I say with video
That's
games,
crazy.
I'll see a literal cutscene go on, and I'll see the person streaming will just literally look at their phone, and I'll be like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?
Chat, what's going on, bro? I missed it. What happened, bro?
Yeah, what happened?" Then they look up, "What happened?"
I've had somebody in my chat. Yeah, I had somebody in my chat literally say that like they was like, I have a friend who plays these single player games and all they do is just skip the cutscenes. I'm like, what the heck, man? Why are you even playing a single player story experience if you're not going to pay attention to any of the cutscene? That makes no sense.
Can I say I had a really good moment with my brother? Did I mention the thing with my brother with the Odyssey?
We had
the media literacy moment where I was just like, holy shit, I watched it happen in real time.
Oh no, not the Odyssey. You talk about him playing Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
You talk about him playing Baldur's Gate, not the Odyssey.
When I was glazing the 70 mil, when we went to go see 70 mil, I won't give the specifics because TBH hasn't seen the movie yet, so I'm not gonna spoil them. But there's a point in the movie. I think it was like a little bit after. JG, you know the one. It's basically when Odysseus is having the conversation with his wife about the journey, right?
Yes.
And that whole conversation's happening, and they're doing the flashes and stuff like that. And I'm not even joking. It was one of the greatest moments of my life. I was just like, I never felt so like proud of being related to somebody than like my brother. Like he's loving the movie the whole way through. And at the point when the scene's happening, you could tell like he's looking at me, and then he's watching this, and he's like leaning forward, he's like listening to this, and then he leans back, and then he taps me, and I was like, what? He's like, is this an analogy of America? And I was just like, holy shit! It's like, congratulations, man. You just got media literacy. You literally have media literacy. Like some people, but that and that's something that I feel like we talk so much about. We don't see that anymore. But that was actually a shocking thing for me because I've experienced so much of the outside of it of people just not getting concepts that it was so refreshing to see somebody, at least just watching it in real time, where someone was like grasping what they were watching, translating it, and then just like confirming it to me about. Or just confirming
every bad
else,
review I saw of The Sinners. The one thing I noticed
they didn't comprehend it.
They didn't comprehend it. Yeah,
they didn't comprehend it. No, yeah.
All they did was say it's a copy. It's a bunch of niggas in there. Why the white people vampires? Like,
it's black revenge war to kill white people. That's literally the terrible comprehension of it. Yeah, but I mean that's the thing. I feel like a lot of the media and you know what's crazy? I think GTA 6 will in fact make those stories. Just like Cyberpunk makes a lot of points about like late stage capitalism, but it's funny because the studio that built the said product dealt with those same problems and also got abused by that same system. So unfortunately, we're in a very weird hypocritical loop where the very art that we're creating is also being destroyed by the very systems that it critiques. And then I think there's an entire I think Signifier talked about it. I think a bunch of people talk. I don't know the name of it. But I'm pretty sure there's a term for that about how art that's created under the system that critiques that, how the hypocrisy of how that works and
victim of your own success.
So that's their name, kind of, yeah. So, yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting chat. It reminds me of a game I played today, another game I played this week, but we'll talk about that later.
I'm just kind of GTA 6 the fuck out. I'm just over it, dude. Like, y'all
be done with it. I just want this year to be over with. I don't care. It'd be funny if it doesn't win Game of the Year. I'd have a good chuckle.
I didn't put it in the notes, but I did see a tweet. I don't know how much merit it is, but Polymarket, because they're not trustworthy, but they tweeted out that there could potentially be another delay. I couldn't find a source on that though. That's why I didn't put it.
It was they said the percentage was low. It's like under 20%, but the fact that it's there.
As a Cyberpunk defender, I will say Cyberpunk went gold and then delayed.
They did.
After it went gold, which is supposed to be the date where they're supposed to get the disc. So
guess what? Going gold don't matter if you don't have a physical copy.
It's just like
that's also true. Yeah.
At that big scale, I was like, until you see that game downloading, it could be the day before for all we know. Nothing is off the table at this point.
It needs to come out, man, because all these games are avoiding November, and I need the schedule to just go back to normal.
Like, God forbid they do. Oh my God, like they're delays. It will mess up again.
Delays to February,
and then it screws up all of
February. And it be like, oh, Fable. What are we gonna do?
God of War gotta move. Like,
yeah, God of War. Yeah.
Before we move on, let's act like it is real. If they delay again, do you think that will be the delay where people really switch up on GTA? Like, all right. I don't give a fuck anymore.
No, they go, take your time, Kings.
Yeah. They spent $1 billion,
13 years. We can wait another war.
We can wait.
Spend another $1 billion. We know it's gonna be worth it. I love you.
Unfortunately, I don't think the only exception was like, I think when Cyberpunk got delayed, I think that was the time where it was like the community was very mad. Like they were just like,
they were
different group of gamers though.
You, bro. Yeah, they didn't get the same luxury. They were just like, you better drop. I don't give a shit if it's broke. You better drop that shit. So but I agree with Watts. I don't think the comparison to Cyberpunk's community with GTA's is the same. Especially like the type of people that play those two different types of games. They're way more critical, I think, on the RPG side than they are of like GTA. GTA people, you know, as long as you show them a little trailer, show them some big booty strippers, they'll be like, hey, take another year, bro, if that's what it is.
Yeah, you see how they were glazing over the main characters and just from a reveal. So you already know they out there. I was watching that same Jason Schreier video that you were mentioning, Ethos, and he was like, I'm going to wait until November 12th because he was like, that's going to be the safe day for me. If November 12th comes and everything's fine, then all right, the game is coming out.
Game's coming out, yeah.
100%. Freaking that was the big kind of Sony story there. I think another Sony story that was, it should be a bigger deal, but it kind of flew under the radar because of this GTA 6 Netflix news, is the fact that Sony has a new job listing online for the unemployed out there. The reason this is a big deal is because they are looking for people to hire to introduce more ads into their ecosystem, specifically people who are going to do non-endemic ads. Now, if you don't know what that means, basically they're saying specifically with this job listing, they're not just looking to add ads to the PlayStation 5 and the 6 and going forward that are gaming related. They're looking for somebody who specializes in networking with people who can go out and buy ads for the PlayStation platform on any. So like basically what I'm trying to say is, it ain't gonna just be gaming stuff. Potentially, you might get dick pills, you might get Blue Chew, you might get Miller Lite, you might get everything in between. This one flew under the radar, and I think this is a big deal because if there's gonna be more dynamic ads on the PlayStation 6 on top of, remember, EA just implemented their ad system. We could, and then there's a RAM shortage. Keep in mind, RAM.
They need to pay for those PS6s.
Yeah, I just gonna pay for them.
It's getting crazy, man. Like I remember looking into like an HBO subscription. It's like $9 for ads.
Yes. For
those
Back
unaware,
when they first came out, they said that was the whole reason we were getting it, was to avoid the commercials.
That was
and now we're back again. It all comes full circle every single day.
The whole thing was like, oh, this is why you get cable, is that you can get your own, specific stuff. And then, oh no, you get streaming, so you get your own specific stuff, but you don't have to worry about ads. Now we literally have cable all over again.
This is problematic to me because, for those unaware, RAM is what you use to multitask, and if your RAM is being ate up by dynamic ads, there's potential for your games being slowed down or just the platform as a whole. But also, this says to me Sony is plotting on you and I, in a sense that, like, the only reason they're looking to hire somebody to run ads on their platform, that says to me that they expect to see some level of growth because they're locking their games out of PC and they're expecting a lot of y'all to bend over. They don't give a fuck about the disc. They don't expect y'all to go to PC. They expect more people to come to the PlayStation 6. So they're preparing for it by going to ad salesmen and saying, hey, we expect to see this level of growth. You want to get in on this money? Come on, put some Blue Chew ads on the PS6, bro.
And they're working with Rockstar to make sure that happens, that you get on the PlayStation.
Who these boys are like this?
Pretty sad, man. Sony's talking about ads. EA was talking about ads. CBS mentioned that before. Microsoft was talking about ads. They're all going to have ads. So, congratulations, gamers. You ready?
Buckle up. You know who don't got ads?
Steam,
PC over here so far.
And worst part is, it's starting to pop up on PlayStation boxes across the world. Warning stickers basically stating that, hey, in January of 2028, no disc will be available for the PlayStation going forward. So they're trying to condition people by putting these new warning stickers on PlayStation. So if you're in the market for one, don't be surprised if you see one. It's real. People are posting it on social media, letting you know they don't give a fuck. They are going forward with the discless future, whether you like it or not.
They are. Yeah.
They're ready, man, until you start showing them. Like I said, the only sliver of hope that I have is that people start to reverse course. If you all are claiming that you all are super mad online, then, do what you need to do. But like I said, the extreme would be just to not give Sony any money at all. But I know you all aren't going to do that. So the least that you can do is continue to buy physical and start to change those numbers before SiggyDB continues to send us articles every day about how many people are buying digital.
And this game is dead, and that game is dead.
That game is dead.
Games he's never touched. And that's not all the bad news, unfortunately, too. This is another one that kind of flew under the radar because of the Netflix stuff. EA has officially been acquired by the Saudi government, as well as in partnership with Jared Kushner's investors. Now, here's the part that I feel like for the people who were covering it, they kind of missed out on. And I didn't even know this until I read the full thing. But were y'all aware that they bought this on a massive loan?
Yes.
Yeah. So if y'all didn't know, the listeners, EA had a debt of $2 billion. And because the investment firms that wanted to buy them out and make it private again couldn't afford it, they took a massive $20 billion loan out to buy this. So why does that matter to you? Basically, if you like FIFA and Madden, you're fucked. You're about to see microtransactions out the fucking ass, bro. Because they got a big bill they got to pay. And I'm not going to lie, it ain't just Madden either. We might be fucked on Jedi 3. We might be getting charged for lightsaber colors too, boy.
This is going to hurt, man. EA is not going to look the same. I mean, they're going to look the same from this stupid monetization standpoint with their sports games. But they're already saying that they're going to be looking at some studios to close. So who knows? It could be BioWare. It could be DICE. We don't know. So just prepare. This is just the craziest thing. Like, the latest news with EA had just been shocking to me. I'm just like, how do you have an incredible fiscal year? You beat all these battles, you get all these milestones, you fire people, and then you sell to the Saudis on loan, and now your debt is higher than what it was before. That just
gotta give that CEO a $30 million raise, baby.
Yeah, maybe he could. He actually made He made a good amount. All the executives made a good amount. Y'all could have, injected that money into there. But we know you all weren't going to do that because you earned it, right? You earned that money by Battlefield 6.
Do you think GTA? So when GTA 6 inevitably breaks every record known to man financially, do you think the CEO will give the devs a raise, and do you think the fans will actually care?
If anything, they will fire them because they are union busting their ass off.
Do you think they'll care if the dev team is fired?
No. Because
they would not care. They would not care if GTA was being created by slave children. They would not give a damn.
It was on some diamonds type of situation.
Yeah, they wouldn't care.
Blood diamonds.
They could tell you like some Death Stranding that they had pregnant moms and the unborn children were play testing the next GTA. They would say, "Great, they would be ready to go the moment the game drops."
Sounds good. We love children doing work, getting ahead of the curve.
Years, man.
Like I said, man, y'all wanna pocket watch on how these corporations can make more money, but y'all are directing all of your energy towards the wrong people. I swear. Because this is crazy. You want to pocket watch? Let's talk about this situation and how you truly feel about it. Like I said, nobody cares until it starts affecting them. So, so like I said, I might be on the same boat as Etho, man. I might be a full blown hater. I want some games to fail, before y'all can really see like this video game industry and what state that we're in right now, boy, because we are fucked, bro. Like, I swear, bro, they took BioWare and DICE, man, and Respawn. No, GG's, man.
You know what's crazy? I've already accepted it. Because I just have a BioWare as like, I've got stories, but I can't say. But I
already saying people just saying, just sell them off, man. Like, just do the Microsoft thing, just sell them off.
If they got the IP, bro, I would tell Larian. I was like, Larian, buy them. Somebody buy them, please.
Mm-hmm. That would be fire.
Like, Larian, please get master. Like, just some, or CD Projekt. CD Projekt would be perfect. Take them. Just buy them if you need it. Because right now y'all working on Cyberpunk 2. Buy BioWare and just take their studio.
Probably get it for cheap too.
Get it for cheap. Get the devs, help them work on Cyberpunk 2, and then you got access to Mass Effect. To like sell that IP off. Shit, I'll help. I'll throw y'all some money, bro. I'll put a little donation.
Would be perfect because aren't they backed by the government too? They got money behind them.
They have the Polish government, but they make a lot of money. Cyberpunk is still selling a boatload of money, and Witcher's it still sells.
Yeah, they about to.
I would accept Larian or CD Projekt Red getting BioWare.
I think those are their two best. Those are ones
anybody but Microsoft. Don't let it. Because I've seen somebody say Microsoft. I said hell no. I do not
want Microsoft to get. They get asked BioWare, it's over. We're not going to see. I think the best. Let's pray to God is CD Projekt. I feel would be a good match.
Needs to be independent. Independent studio.
Some independent Larian. Trying to think who else could be a good match. God, please not Ubisoft. Please, God, that would be the most torturous thing that could happen. Maybe they can't
afford it anyways. Ubisoft broke.
Yeah.
They can't afford anything. So
that's why they rumored to be remaking more games. They trying to make their money back real quick, relive the glory days.
This is, man. I don't like this at
Battlefield 6, best-selling game of last year. What was the reward?
Doesn't matter.
Laying off half the team. $38 million bonus for the CEO, and now
this is a political situation too because Jared Kushner is involved with the Saudis. So hooray!
It ain't looking good, guys.
It's not looking
good. We got more political stuff. I know some people may be tired of it, but apparently Japan, the country as a whole, has asked the United States to stop using Mario, Pokemon, and its other IPs.
Oh, thank you, God, Japan! You did it. You did it. Thank you. What I wanted y'all to do.
I didn't hear it. They did what?
My bad.
So the country of Japan is telling them like, "Yo, stop using Mario and Pokemon," because the White House has been using, especially Pokemon. They use that theme to capture illegal immigrants and stuff. They've been posting really nasty shit, and to protect their IP, Japan is like, "Yo, stop fucking doing this shit, or it's like going to be an issue." But like, I'm gonna take it a step further because all they did was issue a warning. They were just like, "Hey, we don't like it. We think it's inappropriate the way you're using our country's IPs." But in my opinion, I think y'all need to take it a step further and sue the fucking whole government because they are violating your. Because my thing is, y'all got crazy energy for these people who are emulating your games. I'm not gonna lie, Nintendo, y'all look kind of pussy not calling out the White House and actually that is your IP. Protect that shit. And like, I'm with you. They should not be using Mario and Zelda to be showing off them wrapping up illegal immigrants and shit. Like, that shit is fucking stupid, bro.
Yeah, don't be scared, Japan. Come on. It's one thing they said that the U.S. been bullying y'all for decades.
Why they're not. You know why they're not. I told you. where there is real.
They in
every time that it ages perfectly. It works every time.
Man.
they're in hot water too again because with Marvel, so like people are pissed at Disney because the White House, I don't know if y'all saw last week, they posted a picture of Spider-Man's hand wrapping up illegal immigrants and webs.
Yeah,
So
I saw
like
that.
Marvel fans are calling out Disney saying that like, yo, you need to come out and condone that. Peter would never do that shit. I think that shit is especially funny if you saw the movie because I'm like, yo, that was
That's heinous. That's
yeah.
heinous.
I was like, yeah,
Everything
definitely
against Spider-Man. That's literally everything against him.
Yeah, so Japan, don't ask nicely. Use the
sue 'em.
legal means.
Give me my
come
shit.
on.
Snatch your fuck.
Just do it.
Snatch that chain.
Snatch
boys.
that wig. Yep.
Yeah, the wig. Yeah. That's all I got for you in the main side of the news. So I guess we can go into the lightning round, which there's only a small amount of stuff as I open up all these links rapidly. The first thing I got for you would be that the Liza P director said that you will not be disappointed. It was a documentary covering the game. The full film's like right there if y'all wanted to watch it later. But the main thing they asked him, like, yo, is Liza P in the works? And he said, yeah, you're not going to be disappointed. So I wanted to bring up anything you guys want to see from the sequel that
I watched it.
take it to the next level.
I want everyone to go watch the documentary. It's pretty short.
need
It's
to
only
check it out,
like 13 or 16 minutes, something like that. It was actually really good. It was really, really good. It went into what the development process is like for these developers. It went into how they basically have every time they hit a milestone in their development, they have the game director stream himself playing that part that they've developed, and the whole studio watches him play it so they can see everything that's changed up to that milestone, and then everyone can give feedback on what they're seeing the other teams doing, and he's of course playing and giving feedback on that, which I thought was actually pretty cool because the devs can just be at their desk and they can just have that stream up and they know what every team is doing for every milestone, which I thought was cool.
He said no AI slop.
That was not within the documentary. He do be needing to say that.
I'm hoping.
I hope he sees what happened with Shift Up and he's like, maybe we should.
He should. He better.
Not do it. Not do anything. So I'll say something.
That would get the people on your side.
That would
That's
say
all you gotta do. Put out that statement.
My fellow Korean devs are being all about it. We're not about it. We're not gonna do it.
First Korean dev to do that, bro. $10 million to you with US aid.
True. Yeah. The documentary also showed that they have like one day where people only play the game, and then they fill out a 50 to 100 question about how they feel about what they played. So it's just really interesting. You got to meet more of the developers, the artists, the sound guys, and what they do. And it was just really well shot as well. But yeah, right at the end, they talked a little bit about the sequel and not really any information, just that they're working to make it good.
I don't know if y'all remember, like, I don't know if it was like a year ago on this show we covered, there was a job listing that came out and they were looking for somebody that like is good at designing open world. So like the speculation was for Liza P2 that it would go open world. I personally wouldn't see that. I personally wouldn't want to see that. I like a more linear experience. But if it does, as a matter of fact, even if it doesn't, but if it does, especially, the main thing I want to see is not only just a cohesive story, but co-op. Put co-op in the game. Everything's just better and make it scale the difficulty. And I think I'd be cool with that.
I want them to get rid of difficulty settings, but after watching this documentary, they ain't gonna do that.
That did fuck up the balancing. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
It's not needed. I don't think for these type of games it's needed, but
I think like putting in options for players like summons in Elden Ring or certain magic, certain builds, certain whatever to make the game more manageable for your personal skill level. I think that's great because that doesn't affect me at all. But when you add difficulty settings, I mean, it just makes sense, right? That you're having to balance a game around multiple different types of difficulty settings instead of one. So it's going to be easy to mess that up. It's going to be harder to get it right unless you're just doing one.
Something designed for
DLC, man.
Something designed for everybody will be for nobody. Okay, just stick to your goddamn vision. That's what I say.
Yeah, I don't think we don't need open world. Definitely, just keep,
I don't want
keep
open
on.
world.
I would just rather them keep the status quo. To be honest, just keep the status quo. Keep doing what you're doing. And, I mean, obviously some things you need to tweak, but give me more weapons. Just expand on the story because, like I said,
the parry can be more snappier.
Game. Yeah, that's why they did some technical things that they can fix for sure. But I just I need a more cohesive story. Yeah, I think because it's been one of the more. I think it's been one of the more like engaging stories from any Souls-like game I played. Like I've said that a million times. So I think that's where
I'd say it's my favorite. Actually, I'd say it's my favorite.
Yeah, outside of any FromSoft game, it's my favorite.
Yeah, I now I'm thinking about it. If they're doing Dorothy, right? Spoilers. If they're doing Dorothy, and it's about her journey of if you've watched The Wizard of Oz. Open world might actually make sense for that setting.
I can see
because of that journey. Yeah, but they would have to do. Obviously, open world is really hard to get right. So they would have to do it very, very well. It's hard to get right. Not many companies do.
That game did piss me off, but like sitting back thinking about it, like I genuinely did enjoy that ending to the base version of Liza P. Like that little plot twist at the end. I like that shit. It was good.
I mean,
I want to play as her. I want to have different red shoes that I upgrade, and they do different things.
Yeah.
I want them to do more. Like their weapons are really good. They make some dope weapons. So I just want to see them go even crazier with that because I think they have great animations and great ideas with those. I want them to keep the mixing and matching thing that they do with weapons. Maybe even add another component, like 3 components that you could mix and match. That would be cool. Keep the music collecting thing. I thought that was really dope. Camera, I think I'd like to see them work on. Because in the DLC, like base game, I didn't have as much issue with the camera, but in the DLC, the first boss, the alligator crocodile dude, that camera was pretty bad.
The shorty with the doll, where you had to fight the two, I almost lost it there too. That camera was bad.
And then the pinwheel weapon was really dope. Like you run and it spins and it does more damage if you're keeping momentum, but it blocked literally half of my screen. So at a certain point, I had to say, okay, I can't do this anymore. So they need to just think about the camera a little bit.
So a lot of technical,
but otherwise, like I think they got a real good thing going. The game ran really well. The game was really cool in terms of like the unique elements that they added. The story was good. The voice acting was good. Like the level design was good. So I think they'll be good. Just polish it up and add more things for us to mess around with.
And drop another vinyl.
Yes. The music was dope.
You haven't played Liza P, man. Like I said, you're a Souls fan. What are you doing? Definitely should have been picked it up.
Pokemon got more smoke. Power World just announced Power World Online coming to iOS and Android. This version of the game will be a large-scale multiplayer MMO, which kind of annoys me because I wish this is what Power World was in the first place. Where for those unaware, like your server is only for you and your friends that you invite. And even still, your friends have to be, unless you pay for a server, your friends they can only play on your server when you invite them, like the save file or whatever. But with this one, it'll be one big world where it's like one save file and it plays the way that you think. It's just one big multiplayer experience, but it's only going to be on iOS and Android. Is there any level of interest in Power World Online, anybody?
No.
Listen, shout out to them. Shout out to them. Shout out to Power World. Shout out to the devs. They're doing good stuff. I appreciate what they're doing. It looks like it's a lot of fun for people, but it's not my thing.
If you guys make a Power World 2, let this be the beta, okay? Let this be the beta, and then if you do Power World 2 eventually, like years down the road, make it one massively online experience where it's one big ass save file and we could just play together because it's a little bit of a pain in the ass to do the co-op. I don't want to pay for a server. Everybody welcome Xbox to 2014. Xbox will soon allow users to include game and party chat audio in their game capture. So if you're a content creator, you can now finally record voices, that raging in Call of Duty and 2K. Anybody excited? Anybody?
And congrats, I guess, if you're a content creator or just want to get some clips and you're still using it to the Xbox. I mean, whatever, man. I feel like you would have definitely done other means by now, but hey, I guess better late than never.
Fun fact. This is the main reason I play my PS5 because it's just easy to record voices, and compared to the Xbox, you couldn't do it. I don't think a lot of people knew that until this was announced.
Yeah.
Microsoft's planning to bring 360 games to the PC natively, according to leaked documents. So they're continuing their backwards support. Is there anything in specific you guys want to see from the 360 catalog on that goddamn Game Pass PC?
What'd you say?
OG Gears.
OG Gears.
You still don't have 2 or 3.
It has been a while since 2 and 3 have been playable. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know why
Was
they
the
Fable, I think, is on PC already.
was Legend of Dragoon on 360? It was, right?
that was on PlayStation 1.
Was Legend of Dragoon?
Yeah, that was a PlayStation 1. Yeah, you're old.
I am.
I think
I was on PS5. You're right.
I think you're thinking maybe a Blue Dragon. That was on Xbox 360.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
What 360 aimed on one? I don't know.
Make a new Legend of Dragoon.
Fable 2.
All the Fable joints.
Fable 2
what's the old joint about, dude? Spec Ops: The Line. Because it got delisted. It got delisted off of Steam.
Did it really?
Yeah. It was like a licensing issue, so I don't know if they'll be able to bring it to 360.
I remember we talked about that. Yeah.
I still got my copy.
Ownership.
There's definitely some games that were like only on the 360. I just can't remember any of them. Lost Odyssey.
That was a good one. That was a good RPG. I did like that game. Yeah.
Lost Odyssey, you gotta put that. Ooh, I would love to. I would, if that happened on PC right now, I would do a playthrough of it right now.
Banjo Kazooie, that one was exclusive, right?
Banjo Kazooie, that was on N64.
No, the Nuts and Bolt one.
Nobody play that shit. That don't count.
What about Lost Odyssey?
Yeah, that one was a banger.
What about
Lost Odyssey? That's what I'm gonna play. I want to buy that.
Was it Enchanted? Yeah, y'all remember Enchanted Arms? That was a fire RPG to me on the 360.
What about those Naruto games? Bring those back too.
Yeah, those would be fire.
Here's one that was just like mindless fun for me. I know that the third one ended up being didn't even come out, but Crackdown. I enjoyed Crackdown.
Oh yeah, I like Crackdown.
Crackdown 1 was a good game.
Yeah.
Wasn't the original Saints Row only on Xbox?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, you are right. Yes,
that's a deep
the OG
right
one.
there.
You can't get Saints Row on Steam.
Ninja
Gaiden.
All right.
That was Xbox's heyday.
2 was an exclusive, right?
Yeah, it's exclusive. Yeah. Perfect Dark 2010.
Perfect Dark. Yeah.
That game was
that went go.
Not it, man. Motherboard prices are set to rise thanks to AI.
Woo!
Computers are getting more expensive.
Man.
More doomsday
Everything's
shit.
more expensive.
That means, fun fact for everybody listening, this is not just a PC gaming thing. Now that it's the CPU, GPU, motherboard, and RAM, that means your PS6 is going up in price too. Because guess what those have as well?
At least $1,000.
In positive news, Ghost Recon Future Soldier is free on Ubisoft Connect until August 13th. Today in which we're recording is August 9th. So you still have a few days in which you'll probably have like 3 days still after this is uploaded. Classic game that I'll put people on if you have not played it. This is back when Ubisoft was peaking. I wish they would bring Ghost Recon back to this and stop doing that open world bullshit. Give us a fun, concise co-op tactical shooter. And then
go get it.
Yeah, go get it.
Go pick it up. It's free.
That's all I got. Yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Unless y'all want to add something else to the conversation.
Ethos, you played a game you haven't talked about.
Oh,
I'm excited to hear about this
game. I played a game and I got a bunch of other recommendations.
I'll go for it.
All right, let's hear it.
All right, so the game I played, I actually it came into Watts' chat and I said, Watts, I came across this game and oh my gosh, let me tell you, it looks good. It's called All Our Broken Parts. And I'm not gonna lie, I played the demo and I stopped playing it after an hour. This game is awesome, but it is depressing as hell. I got to a certain part of the game. I said, "Oh my god, this is actually depressing me." So it's like one of those.
That's
like
what I like.
It's a sad. It's a sad boy
game.
It's a sad girl.
I love
it's a sad girl game.
I love a sad girl game.
It is a story. I say visual novel style game. There is gameplay, but I wouldn't say the gameplay is. It's not like a Papers, Please or something where. Let me give you the premise. So the idea is effectively it's a story-driven adventure game where you play as a robot doctor. So you're a robot, but it's like humanoid-looking robots. And then your job is to help your patients who are also robots from them when they malfunction. So they come into your clinic. They're like, "Oh, I got this little problem." Blah, da, 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 da. So for example, one girl walks in and she's an artist for this corporation. And she's trying to draw and she's like, "Something's wrong with my eyes. Like I can't paint correctly." So you go into her, basically you open up the back of her head skull and you're like inside there and you're checking her visuals, her memory and everything. I won't spoil what's causing the issue, but I'm not gonna lie, it was real sad. I was like, oh, this hitting the feels, and it touches on some actual like current events. Definitely, there's definitely some hint nods to like generative.
I'm just
AI
letting you know
in this
right
story.
now. I feel like probably any GTA stands, not fans, but stands that are watching this podcast, they most likely didn't make it past the GTA section of the pod. But the few that probably did, that are listening to you talk about this, I'm showing gameplay. You know they about to leave comment, man, this shit corny, bro. You gonna play this over Grand Theft Auto, bro?
Yes, I am. Well, no, this is too depressing to play, but yeah. But I will say, if you trying to, you trying to feel real bad, you trying to feel real.
I'll put on my
depressed.
Steam Deck.
If reality isn't hitting you hard enough, let me tell you, this game will double down on it.
It'll really fuck you up.
Yeah, it'll really fuck you up. I did like about 90 minutes on the demo. It wasn't even done all the way. I fixed like 2 people, and it was real sad. It was some real sad boy shit. So like it's cool. It's cool overall. The pixel art's really cool.
It's beautiful.
The other stuff I recommend, man, I got a lot. I'll just go through them fast. I don't know how to pronounce this, but I watched a video preview of this of someone who played this at Gamescom and said, "Holy shit, this looks like fire!" And it reminds me of Astro Chain. So all my Astro Chain fans, we might have a banger here. It's called, oh god, Quifa in Providence. I will spell it for you. QLIPHAH.
I found it.
Oh, Whiplash.
This is the first thing.
Quilifa
and Providence Shadows.
No, it's not. It's on my wish list.
Yeah. It looks cool. I like the art style. Reminds me a little bit of Astral Chain, but I cannot stress this enough.
So
you gotta watch a preview to see somebody explain this game. The gameplay is the most. They call it a tactical.
Reminds me of
Nexus,
RPG. Scarlet Nexus art.
Yeah. Kind of, a little mix of both of them. But the gameplay is like somebody described it. I watched this is what got me. The preview event, he said, I've never played a game like this before. I said, whoa. And then he was trying to explain it. And even when I was watching him explain it, I was like, I have no idea what I'm looking at here, but it looks cool. It's like it has timeline. So it's like you do certain actions. So it's like real time, but it's also turn-based. And you can like manipulate how you're about to do stuff, and then you can rewind it and then do some other sort of stuff. And then you're like synergizing with you can parry the opponent by making sure you're at the right place at the right time. It's something it's really unique.
It seems really cool. Yeah,
I was like, it was really cool. So I was like,
coming out September 23rd. Maybe that's a November game.
Yeah, there you go. So that one.
This one looks cool. I might add this to the wish list.
Yeah. It looks like it's something real out there, but I was like, yeah, I'm rocking with it. It's something nice to mix. I also got Restory, Chill Electronic Repairs. I'm picking this up. I'm playing. This is the vibe right here, man. The better days, man. This is just you as a repair person, and you're in this like Japan, and people are just coming to you with old 2000s tech. So it's in 2000.
I own an electronics repair shop in Tokyo.
PSPs, phones, laptops, like some of the old school tech, and you're just repairing it. You have your own shop, Guitar Hero stuff.
This looks like a really good time.
It's like man, it just I
feel
like
lo-fi while you repair your PMP.
Yeah,
and you get to learn self, DIY, do it yourself. But I mean, like the vibe of it looks really cool, and just like it's cool because you have your own shop. You're buying old parts, and the parts you can't find, you got to go find other dead devices, rip them open, take their usable parts. So you get to learn stuff yourself.
Oh, they got an Engage in here. He's repairing. Oh shit.
Yeah, it has all of them. When I saw like DS's, it just hit my brain and all the like cool, like, oh man, the nostalgia. So that one was pretty cool. And then the last one I got is PAX Autocratica. It is, the Watts might like this game. So it looks like Helldivers, but it is a roguelite. So it is a roguelite where you are part of a human empire who runs out of resources. You go to another planet and you conquer them by basically in a first-person shooter format.
PAX,
so
not Axe, right? PAX.
Yeah,
PAX.
Yeah, I found it.
So you're working as a totalitarian, like an authoritative, like empire, and basically you and your soldiers, you basically go and it's like first-person shooter, and they say it's got that good jank, not that bad jank. It's got that good jank to it, but they said it's got roguelike elements. So you're
it doesn't look bad, honestly.
Yeah, with different elements. I think they said it's only single player, and then it has a colony simulator. So if you like, managing a sort of thing, so when you're doing the roguelike stuff and you're getting new stuff, you bring it back to your base, and then you expand your empire, and then you go off and colonize more stuff with the new like roguelike elements, and you're running into different enemy types, and you're upgrading your army in different cool ways. It seemed pretty cool. It has like a bunch of different vehicles and stuff. I was like, this is like a fun time. Scale was really cool. Kind of remind me of Planet Side. So I was like, yeah, it was pretty cool. And those are my recommendations.
Good recommendations.
Yeah, I got one more, but I'll save it for next week, so at least I got something to say. So.
He said next week might be light. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll wait.
Okay, well, anybody else did before we wrap it up?
I'll save mine for next week too. You got a lot. That was good.
Cool.
I did
really good. And some of those were on my wish list too, so that's perfect.
Yeah,
I added that Providence Shadow game. That looks pretty cool. It's made by it's made by Arc System. It's made by Arc System. Oh yeah, it's probably gonna be fire.
It's probably gonna be fire. The art is definitely gonna be fire.
Looks good. Yeah,
They're making something besides fighting games. Maybe that's why that Marvel Token PC port was broken. It was busy on this game. Cool. All right, ladies first. Let's wrap this one up. What is your closing statement for Game of Illuminati episode 202, Watts?
Stay strong, soldiers out there who are not giving Sony money, not getting GTA. Don't worry, we'll have lots of Barbie streams. It's going to be okay. We'll have a lot to do in November. It's going to be a good time. Did you see that? Yeah, shout out to the animator who emailed me some ideas for some Barbie stuff for when we stream Barbie. It was really good. I was like, damn, why is
the developer on the Barbie game?
No, it's in the group chat. There was just someone who listens to GI and was watching my stream as I was talking about fun things that we could do with, Barbie versus GTA. And he sent me an email with like, this is just some examples, but let me know what you think. And I was like, damn, these are really good. What the hell? Super talented. So I'm excited to explore that.
Ooh, Jay, closing statement, episode 202, go.
Shout out to everybody that watches. Again, I am not a person that hates everything. I'll try to refrain on just tweeting hateful things or acting like I don't like anything. I do like a lot of things, but I'm just not. I'm not happy with the state of the video game industry right now. So you may just see a string of a lot of things that seem hateful, but hoping that things will get better. Until then, I'll just keep playing my games because we got a lot more to play.
Cool. Oh, yeah.
Ethos, closing statement, 202, go.
I'm going to give a special shout out to a YouTuber that I watched a long time ago when I was a wee little lad. And to see her growth has been insane. I mean, she's a really, really popular YouTuber. But Lily Pichu, I just found out was the new voice actor for one of the new characters in Overwatch. And it's crazy because if you know what Lily sounds like and you look at this kid, you're like, what the hell? That's coming out of the same person.
She got chops?
So, Demon sounds like a mature, like older woman. Which is exactly what she is. Yeah. So it's like perfect.
Yeah. I think but she has like a more like higher pitch, like lighter tone. So like to see the drop in the pitches is really cool. So yeah, shout out to her. I know that was something that she's been working on for a very long time, and to see like I've seen some other stuff, but to kind of like to see I love that I wasn't told it was Lily Pichu, and I played it, was like awesome new character, and they're like, oh, that's Lily Pichu. I was like, what? And then I went back and then I could kind of hear it, but then I was like, holy shit, like it's really cool. So yeah, just give shout outs to her. Yeah, congrats.
It's also nice to see creators use their clout to audition and do things positive instead of being fucking
not of running people over and streaming while driving and all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and getting a Netflix show out of it.
Anywho.
And last but not least,
and has a driving tutorial thing in said Netflix.
A kid show, by the way. Hey kids,
that was Disney over? Before anybody tries to actually, but yeah, it was on Disney. That's crazy though.
First, you gotta find a car.
my closing statement for episode 202 would be: if you made it to this part of the show, leave a comment at youtube.com/GI updates. Comment #bent over by GTA 6. #bent over by GTA 6. Other than that, we appreciate everybody who came through to the show. Hit the like button, hit the hype button, rate it 5 stars, and we'll see you next week on the Game Illuminati podcast. Peace.
Bye.